We're back in the world of Terra Arcanum with the lovely Scold Haze crew. Hello and welcome back, everybody. We last left off on a wonderful cliffhanger, but we're going to start the episode like we always do. We're going to start off with everybody's introductions. Starting off from left to right, we have Sirena Darkholme, also known as Goblin Fia.
Goblin Fia. I am the little loot goblin, play games and yap, variety streamer. I like to just do a bunch of different things, have very lewdsome vibes, and I'm excited to be playing Sirena, the healer that can also deal lots of damage. I like to manipulate life forces and use others' life force to heal my allies.
It is a very overpowered skill that's also a double-edged sword when this little monster decides to max roll on most of her spells.
Yes.
And applies so much suck power to everything around her that even her allies almost die.
Mm-hmm. They'll be fine.
Following that, we have 100% That Bitch, also known as Lux Morris, played by that goblin, Phoebe Bane.
And howdy, everybody. My name is Phoebe Bane, Goblin Magus Vtuber extraordinaire. I normally talk about tabletop games and stuff like that, but I've been branching out into some other stuff here or there. And I play Lux, the feral punk chimera delinquent girl who is not afraid to tear her body apart to make our GM scared of the damage I can put out.
And following that, we have the number one support of the group, Max Witt, played by Gavin Stouthart.
Oh, I am playing Max Witt, and I'm locked in Index's basement. Please help me! Let me out! Let me
Wait,
out!
no. That banging you're hearing is not him. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yes, I am totally fine, wink. I am also known as Gavin Stouthart. I, too, am a goblin. I'll usually sound like this. So for today, I'm using the potion that makes me sound more like a human. And Max is a voice actor, which really works with my voice potions. And he is a curious, a techie boy who goes pew 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 with his guns.
The X-Files Onyx. And last but not least, we have the supermod Tharmog, also known as Bram Rockhart.
Hello, I'm Rom. I'm going to be their teacher this episode, guiding this adventurous pack of chaotic mongrels towards success.
Alright then. And let me just say it really quick. Thank you so much for the follow, ETK, and thank you so much for people coming on by tonight. Again, like I said earlier, thank you so much for bringing your communities into this and all that, because it's just wonderful to share this story we've made together. This crazy world of ours. Hi, Wobble. This crazy world we've made together. It's insane that I've managed to make 2 worlds with 2 different parties and connect them together in some way. Now, who would like to do... Well, first off, Fia, Gavin, and Tharmog. I gotta do something special for you.
Alright.
I have to reward resources because... Let's see. It is the start of a new session.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm also going to do this. And award Sirena. I love that I can do this now. There we go. Because at the start of each and every session, if you are under 3 Fabula points, you get a Fabula point.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'll start using those to do cool things like put rocks on our van or
hi,
cart,
Mark.
a wagon, I guess is the word.
Hi, Eric Moonstrike.
Yeah, you gotta pimp our ride with rocks. It's gonna become a rock car.
I can already imagine that Brahm's first inclination is going to be to put a roll cage on this somehow.
Absolutely.
Considering
I can't
last
wait
session.
to rock and roll.
Speaking of, oh, I'm. Yeah, I put my hand gently on your shoulder. Hey,
That's fair. I
Aw.
deserve that.
hey, hey. Heavenly Potemkin Buster.
Oh.
It's a Guilty Gear thing.
Oh.
Ugh. So, who
I'm
would like
terrified.
to do our wonderful recap? Well, I load us up and bring us in closer and closer.
You know, I don't mind. I think I did the last one though.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense for the
Maybe the first
teacher
one.
to.
Okay.
It does. It does, actually.
Okay, class, listen up. So this is what happened last time, and I'm gonna write this on the board. On last episode, we investigated the tracks in the forest, which we thought led to some kind of nature-connected bear. We got lost in the sauce a little bit and got some ominous feelings about things chasing us. And eventually, we were tracked down and hunted by a nature bear and some hedgehogs. Hedgehogs were little hedge boys, hedgehogs. It was great. We dispatched them and they combusted into ash and energy particles and vanished into thin air. We were then able to uncover a little altar on which was an idol and the site of an ancient ritual, perhaps the one that was used to disturb the peace in this forest. Clues that we would soon try to bring back to the university to share our findings with. Deeper into the clearing, we eventually went around in a pool of condensed mana, in which was a tall, verdant creature that fought long and hard alongside some mighty hedgehogs. And we dispatched it, and it returned to the void. Rom tried to drink the mana, and his body decided that that wasn't gonna go. Turns out you can't drink mana that wasn't emanating from your own body. It doesn't just empower you; it actually makes you quite sick. So it's a defense mechanism to throw up all the mana. We went back to the town and told the city dwellers of our exploits. They thanked us and we helped rebuild the town that was rampaged throughout, including renaming our bar. Paige will later tell you the name that I chose for this bar. And on our way back, we pimped our ride with a bunch of cool rocks and made our way back to Hyrant. Now, however, I, Rom, was knocked unconscious by a mysterious villain and did not see any of the transpiring scene, but I'm told a masked villain beat us down, stole our evidence, and made away like a bandit. And now we're left evidence-less, with more questions than we started out with. Who is this mysterious villain that's knocking us around silly? Where do they come from, and who do they work for? This and more we'll try to uncover in today's episode.
Good job.
Teacher, can I say something for extra credit?
What is
I
it?
do also remember that the villain did immediately take away all of our special abilities, or even our abilities to remember that we had abilities in a way. Was affecting our minds in very strange and unusual ways, giving us temporary amnesia that eventually did wear
Hi,
off.
Mark.
And also, I think he was wearing a really sexy suit.
Oh yes.
I think that's very important and relevant.
How could I forget? Oh, that's
excuse
right.
me,
I was
teacher.
knocked out
The
unconscious through
villain,
the whole thing.
the potential villain is sexy.
He's really
He's my
hot.
dude,
You don't
Tumblr
understand.
sexy man. I'm gonna put him on my blog.
Okay, that's it. It's gonna be the one slur.
Oh. I'll make him fuck himself.
Welcome, and everybody. Welcome to the next episode. And yes, that character, as you pile into the carriage, get it back up on its wheels, and start riding back to Hyrant, you talk amongst yourselves. Also, thank you so much for the raid, Mekoffin, and please enjoy your rest.
time.
I normally don't do I normally don't set aside like hello raiders, hello to when we're doing these, but it's always nice to have new people stop on by. Ugh.
Yeah.
You guys did great on that recap. I'm really happy that you guys like that little last episode interaction we had, because as you were in the carriage and discussing things on your way back, Lux, Max, and Sirena, you discuss the similar...
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. You discussed a similar sensation the three of you had while fighting, well, quote-unquote, encountering this person. And the fact that they were able to cut through you without leaving a wound. That they were able to cleave through you regardless of distance. Because, Sirena, this person cut you from 50 feet away. Max, he cut you from about the same distance, if not more. Lux, he cut you at close range. But through all this, there was not a single wound left. But he was able to cut through your memory of something. Your knowledge of what you can do. And as the cart continues to pull along and up to the gates of Hyrant, you share this knowledge with your teacher. How are you all reacting to this?
My body wasn't cut, but my ego was.
Quite literally.
I'm feeling pretty stupid because, well, he didn't just remove magic, because that would explain Lux and Sirena. Forgot how to pull a trigger. So I feel like my intelligence turned into 2.
Brown, what is your reaction to all this?
You know, Brahm is just extremely tired and fairly embarrassed from getting knocked out. So he's having a hard time paying attention to all that's going on throughout the rest of the trip.
I will say, you may have brief flashbacks from when this figure showed up, but they struck with such speed that you can't even recall getting a chance to fight back.
Yeah, it's quite embarrassing as their guardian to be taken knocked out so easily. Feels like a failure of my duties.
I will
The only
say,
thing I
My
can
dad got
remember
beat
is
up by their dad.
Yeah.
I will say, Brahm, if you'd like to try and recall, hello, Stormy Charger. Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome. Whether you're here to stay or heading on out, please enjoy your time here. Consider sticking around and seeing if you like the story we have to tell, because we're doing some TTRPG night. Welcome on in, Stormy.
Thank you for the raid.
Stop
we
the
are
Sonic
just starting, so you guys
You.
you haven't missed much. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome on in. You're going to hear a lot of weird voices coming out of me because I love voice acting.
Brahm,
Brahm.
I will let you, if you want to remember something from that brief little fight you had,
Uh-huh.
you can roll an insight check with a +3.
Oh, my favorite stat.
This will be difficulty level 7, and depending on your roll, you might have more vivid memory.
Okay, let's roll. Oh my god! Critical!
First roll of the session, people!
What?
I am the smartest person.
With your worst stat.
They hit me so hard on the head I became a savant.
You recall this figure approaching. You recall them. You remember, you were on this side of the bridge. You were on the south side of the bridge. This figure was on the north side of the bridge. And you were setting up camp on the south side because it was getting to be late at night and all that. Absolutely stormy. And Raiders, please consider hitting the little icon at the bottom and sticking around and seeing if you like our story we have to tell. Brom, you recall this figure on the other side of the bridge. A bridge that spans a river. A wide river. But the way that they were able to swing their sword and in a flash of light cut across the distance of the bridge and be in front of you before you had a chance to react,
Damn.
you have an idea that whatever this person was capable of, they were capable of cutting more than just people. You can
They
clearly
cut
tell.
burgers.
You can clearly tell whatever this person was doing was not normal for swordsmanship in this world. Whatever they were doing is a blessed skill either granted to the inhabitants of this world that attend academies or off-worlders like yourselves. And what they were able to do with this very, very strange skill was to, for lack of a better term, cut through the idea of something. Or cut through... Because they cut through people's memory or ability, they cut through space to cover that space. And, you know, you're just left contemplating all this to yourself while listening in on your students, and you're picking up a little bit on what the power potentially was, so should you ever fight this person again, you'll be able to have a little bit more resistance to it because of your crit.
Oh, very good. Now that I know
Oh.
that they have the power of God and enemy on their side, I can become inured to it.
Because when it comes to these types of skills, especially skills that affect metaphysical things, the more you understand it, the more you can resist it.
Interesting.
But yeah, you start
great.
pulling in.
I'll share that with the rest of the class.
As you pull into the south east side of the city, and while you're making your way through the city towards the north end of the academy, what are you guys discussing amongst yourselves?
How stupid I feel.
I'm just kind of a little bit quieter because I don't know, just the idea of having. I've already have a little bit of a sensitivity issue with not being able to remember stuff, so I probably am just kind of keeping myself and kind of looking out the window, watching things go by as I reflect on that.
What about you, Lux?
She's still trying to figure out what even happened to her, because like to her like shape-shifting stuff isn't like, she doesn't think to do it, she just kind of does it. It's like how you're just breathing.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck?
I wonder what this person was able to do. Smiles. But as you're pulling through the city and left wondering all this, you're all left thinking that it was very suspect that for how powerful they were, they did cause no injury to you and only took the evidence that implicated the Church of Naturalism.
I mean, I do probably think it is someone from that church.
It would make sense. They've poised themselves as to be our main antagonists so far.
Or someone hired. That's also an option as well, like some kind of third party that was hired.
Oh, sorry, my eye was twitching.
I
Yeah,
look too fancy to be some random merc.
It's true, he was very fancy and sexy.
Are you discussing
have
this
a
in
motive.
character or out of character? The sexy part.
I mean, he was really hot, as fucked up as he was.
I was that mask. I
The
tell you,
heck,
the
Serena.
the whole hooded cloak and mask aesthetic.
It's really hot. It's doing it for me.
I type. I need. I'm not really into that.
Nonsense coming from you guys here.
I just
Beat the
shake my
sense
head.
out of us.
Yeah. And?
I guess they just love bad boys.
I personally don't. I'm just saying I get it, because I am the bad thing.
I am the bad thing. I am the one who knocks. I mean, it's a possibility. I think it's more likely that he's part of that church, but there's a possibility that he was hired.
I mean, they do have a motive. Though, it's still unlikely, but possible that someone is setting up that church. Still,
It's also true.
definitely no offense
It's
to
also
us.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one of those organizations in town?
There is a church in town, but it's not a. It is not a church of naturalism. It is a round table church.
Sure.
It is one of 3 main religions on this planet.
Okay.
There's
I still can't imagine a religion that's just like, oh, screw these people in particular. That's just messed up.
I will say that growing up, you would know at least the basics of naturalism, and it's their belief that it's not. They don't just outright hate off-worlders. It's that they want the world to not have to rely or have off-worlders on it. They just want to have the world be in its natural state, because they feel that pulling people from another world and giving them this much power is, quote-unquote, unnatural. And then there are some sects within the naturalism church that are much more radical. But this is very common knowledge to many people. However, there have been no insurrections or great, violent protests or anything like that from the naturalist church. At least not within the last century. Yeah, see, Buttercup even says so as well. Hi, baby. I love you too.
Oh.
So as your cart is pulling up into the little, parking lot, and we're back at the school. And you start piling out. You see the 2 other carts for your class. The C team, whose names I still have to finalize all of them. You see, you briefly see Finn. You see Midori and Akane stepping out. And the 4th person who I still have to name. On the other side of things, you see, and I can't believe I put them together. You see Calliope. Hi, Bob! You see Calliope, Cordelia, Hachioji, and your favorite character, Auric, stepping out of the cart together. Hi, Raiders! Welcome on in! Welcome! Whether you're here to stay or heading out, please grab a book before you leave. Please! Stick around
Bomb
and enjoy
blossom.
yourselves.
It's good to see you.
It's been so long, Bomb. I hope you've been good. So yeah, you've encountered your classmates again, and some of them you may consider your friends, and Auric. And of course, they see you and realize, hey, you guys don't look the best. You guys.
Yeah. How was your field trip? Did you guys have a good time? Because it was quite the ordeal for us.
The color-coded demon twins let you know that their group, the three of them, because they keep forgetting about Finn, went up to the north in Hyrant, and of course, Auric and his group went off to the west, just to start, getting a feel for the region and all that and its people. One group, of course, dealt with some bandit and monster problems. The other group was dealing with a corrupt official. A series of disappearances leading to the corrupt official having been selling people into slavery.
Oh my god. You
But-
stopped the slaver's ring on your first assignment, class. That's fantastic. Good job.
And Auric is, of course, sizing you up and wants to know, so what happened to you?
Well, you were out and playing and having fun and dismantling slavers' organizations. Yeah. We stopped the calamity in the forest nearby. A
Yeah.
mana disaster was brewing. It looks like it was a ritual gone awry from some fringe anti-off-world group that had a massive collateral damage. It was affecting nearby villages. Towns were destroyed that we helped rebuild. It was the whole ordeal.
Did it go awry for them though, or did it go as planned?
Well, if they
Either way-
planned to have collateral damage and destroy cities nearby, then that might have gone according to their plan, but that amount of collateral damage, I can't expect that to have been expected. That's not alright.
I was talking more about the fact that you all look like you've...
Well, don't get us wrong, Elric. We did the assignment just fine. Just on our way back, this guy went and jumped us. We even had evidence of, the organization that made this golem and corrupted everything, and
All
here,
four
can
of
you
you?
take this evidence back and...
At once? At the...
Yeah, but his ability was no laughing joke, okay? He was able to sever magic and even memories from us.
A sword that could cut through the air, through people, and through their minds. Have you ever seen or heard of that?
You know what? Let me...
Because we sure had it, and he kicked our ass. But that's neither here
Guess
nor
I'll
there.
do that. Roll check. Let me see if Auric might have any idea. Yeah, Auric lets you know, hey, he does have an idea. It's especially because it sounds similar to something that his brother was investigating. Granted,
Wait, you have a brother?
I have a brother and two sisters.
You have two sisters?
Well,
You certainly gave only child energy, I'm not gonna lie.
so
Anyway,
then,
what happened with your brother?
oh, when you ask that, he doesn't really give a proper response, and he just talks about how his brother has gone off to Farsight to, become one of the royal knights.
Okay.
Your
You-
brother's
you-
the
you-
accomplished one in the family, huh? Is he? You trying to emulate him somehow?
I want you to know, he looks kind of hurt by that.
Because I say, you should forge your own path through life and not try to emulate your siblings, for you're different and valuable in your own right.
Remember when we were doing the room, like, showcase and in your special dorm room and all that?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Recall the pile of return to sender letters that were not even touched.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Oh.
Like, he had plenty of letters written in response, but all the other ones that were just returned to sender. Auric, he just declines to interact with you further right now, Brahm, and just walks on by.
Family troubles. Don't you know it?
So yeah, you guys get to go inside and start having another regular school day. We're gonna have a little bit of a social day where you just spend some time doing some things to investigate and also see how much time it's gonna be before your next excursion. So we're gonna start off by going to the classroom. Where everybody is seated and attending the lessons of Brahm.
Yes. Alright.
Brahm,
Let's
of course,
see,
wants to
what's
talk about sandworms, probably.
On today's agenda, monster biology. Now, class, I've got a proposition for you, and whoever can answer me this gets 1 extra credit. What kind of monster would trudge through forests, leaving rampage in its wake, breaking trees in its natural habitat of the highlands forests?
And of course,
I'm
one of
feeling
the
I know the
Expecting us to
answer to
say-
this question.
Yeah, are you expecting us to say sandworms?
demon twins.
That's right, sandworms.
One of the demon twins raises her hand, and the red pinkish haired girl has to ask, sandworms are native to the wastelands and desert. There's no way that there could be one in the forests.
Bex
Yes,
leans her
well.
way. Just go with it.
What do you mean, go with it?
You've never seen the kind of sandworm that we have here throughout our travels, and let me tell you, they're colossal.
You fought a sandworm? She asks you,
No.
Max.
No, we didn't fight a sandworm. Although, our teacher will say that we found plenty of tracks. And then
That's
he
right,
makes
class. Be wary of
motion with
sandworms.
his. He makes this motion with his back turned towards Brahm. It's just like, no, absolutely did not happen, kind of deal.
Sandworms are found rampaging all throughout the plains here.
I like to
One
imagine
can never be too cautious.
whenever Brahm turns around to like draw on the chalkboard or anything, Max is just waving like a maniac, like nope, did not happen. Nope, we did nope, there are
Here
no
you see
sandworms.
sandworms, and there are 18 footprints that they can leave at once. This is so they can confuse trackers into thinking that they are in fact something else. When, all this time, the cunning sandworm is trying to trick you.
I'm learning so much.
Professor, you
And that
hear
concludes today's monster biology topic.
Brahm, during all this, you hear someone speak up, and it is Finn, the one who constantly disappears from your mind and vision.
Oh, we have a new student in class. Cool.
And introduce yourself, new student.
I've-
What's your name?
I've been here since day one, but I wanted to say, sandworms don't have feet.
Now, I could have sworn that I heard something. Must have been the wind.
Let's get it
Anyways,
right.
moving
Yeah.
on, class.
I like to imagine that this whole time you're convinced it is a sandworm, but with a Y, when everyone else
Yeah.
is thinking it's a sandworm with an O.
Absolutely.
And you just have not deigned to write it down on the board, and it's just a complete misunderstanding.
On next topic, geometry.
And
Squares are people who follow the rules.
my God.
Oh,
And the day goes on with your very, very strange lessons, but of course you learn some important things. And when the school day ends, you're all free to do things as you want. Braun, you will have some special actions that you can, but also one that you must take. Everybody else, you will get, three things you can do for your free time. Braum, you get 2, but you have one action you must take. That is important.
So like 2 plus the 1 necessary
Yes.
action?
Yes.
Okay.
And-
Which one is that again?
Your necessary action is going to be a staff meeting.
Ah,
For the rest of you, you could use this free time to go do personal studies, spend time with other students, try and build some bonds, maybe even investigate things. It's up to you what you would like to do right now. But you get one little mini scene for each of the things that you choose to do. If you choose to do a thing together, that will use up your action together, but it will give you a bonus to anything that you're doing, such as, hey, I want to investigate the church. But if you're doing it together, for how many people are doing it, you will get a bonus to accuracies.
Okay.
Okay. Since it's a new day, counts as a rest, then I take it?
Yes, I've already made sure that you are all full HP,
Okay.
MP, and IP, because when you come back to the school, you get your supplies restored for free.
In that case, I can also use my winds of trade rest, so I get a couple trade points in. And I would like to spend 2 of those right away to find an expert crafter of firearms who could use some of the materials I gather to make incredible magic devices.
Okay, you're looking to get a upgrade to your gun. We'll
Yes.
do that for sure.
Or create new ones.
Okay, yeah, we can do that for sure. Hi, Buttercup. I love you too. She has been so cuddly today, and I don't know why.
Cuddly kitty.
I love you.
that's so cute.
Phoebe, what are you guys planning to do for your first action?
I want to investigate the church. I'm very curious about what's going on. It particularly sparks my interest for, various reasons.
Okay,
Um,
so for that, you will be able to investigate the church within the city, which is a church for the Round Table. The Round Table Church caters to the secondary religion of the planet, which is known
Yeah.
for being much more welcoming and wanting to have a little bit of everyone come to the table.
Okay.
It is these. There are there's 3 main religions. First religion is.
I guess I'm more so
naturalism.
meant. I'm more so meant to say naturalism. Like if there's any, like, people that might be like doing secret meetings for naturalism in town or anything like that might,
Right.
just trying to look around for rumors or maybe some records or anything along those lines that could help give me some kind of direction or clue on that.
Right. So,
I don't
hi,
know.
Senpai. Thank you so much.
If it comes up with nothing, it comes up with nothing, but that's what I would want to do.
Okay. I will tell you that besides the Round Table religion, the naturalism religion, the third religion on the planet is much more industrial focus. They look to uncover bits of the past, technology of the past from times long forgotten, and try to understand and worship the forebearers. And then, of course, there is technically a fourth religion, which encompasses all of the smaller religions across the planet. But you'd like to go to the library then and try to study up on naturalism, or...
Yeah, I kind of just want to like know more about like who attacked us on the road.
Okay.
Like, see if there's any groups that meet here, or even just like more information about like who's in charge, where are they based out of, like just general information like that.
Yeah. What about you, Phoebe?
Lux is too dumb to really think about looking into the religion thingy.
So what would you like to have your first action be? Phoebe?
She'd honestly probably just try to get more acquainted with like her other classmates and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You could spend time getting to know them a little bit. And Tharmog, you will be going to the staff meeting for your first thing.
Is that my first one?
Yes.
Okay.
After
let's
that,
do
it is absolutely free time for the rest of y'all. So we're gonna start with Gavin. I'm gonna go over to the Hyrant City. Gavin, what would you say Max's economic status has been growing up?
Say probably middle class.
Okay. So I would say you'd be able to naturally attend any of the shops here along the, if you're in Hyrant City. Here, let me just drag y'all over here.
Big.
Max, you would be able to normally attend any of these. You know, like, comfortably without breaking the bank. These are the shops that usually cater to... And of course these ones down here. These are the shops that cater to people who are on a more affordable budget, whereas... to the east are the much more fancier shops. However, with that rare material, you have an inkling that you could go to the big weapon shop.
Do you have a diamond on me?
I will say you could go to Atelier Hecaton. So that you can, I mean, with that special material you got there, you can get something cool made.
Heck yeah!
So you're gonna go on over here. And as you come in, there is the hustle and bustle of commerce happening. There are some people getting maintenance done on their weapons. You hear the cling and the clang of metal and blacksmithing. You hear the arcane instruments going away, etching runes into things, or trying to make certain tools more effective. And, do you have this material in your hand, in the open? Or are you hiding it?
I am not just carrying a diamond in the open palm, no. I will have it in my pocket.
Okay, well, when someone sees your outfit and they recognize the academy uniform, they step on over and they're like, hello, welcome. How can we be of assistance to a student of the academy?
Max rubs his hands together, like, well, I heard you could do some upgrades and stuff for firearms. Something I've been trained in, and yeah, I've been looking for something with a little bit more oomph. Ran into a golem the other day, and like, I thought I would like to be able to pierce those better. Pulls out a diamond. I think you might be able to do something with this.
This assistant looks like they were they were taking a moment to kind of like size you up and figure out what's going on here until they see that material in your hand. And they put their goggles down and like look closely at it, and they're just kind of, where did you get this?
Got it on my field trip. I just kind of did some trading and stuff with the locals, and one thing led to another, and yeah, traded up and got this diamond.
If you tell me who you got this from, I will work on. I will gladly work on something for you.
Oh.
At a 1-to-1 cost for the materials.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh, his name was Hammond. I'm trying to think of his last name. Oh, right, of course. I thought it was pretty cheesy, but yeah, his last name was Cheese.
If you'll mark down on this map where I can find this person, I will gladly. Were you looking to get a new firearm made, or were you looking to alter the one that you currently have? You
Whatever's
see, this
gonna be
person
easiest,
is
like-
absolutely wanting to mess around with this material of yours.
Yeah. Max will pull out his pistol. It's like, well, it's either like make a new one or try to upgrade this. I'm not sure what's going to be easiest, but if you could maybe incorporate the diamond into this pistol already, that could be wonderful.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Your skill allows you to get rare materials. How
That is correct.
much money is this rare material worth?
It is worth 180.
It's worth 180. How much money do you have on hand aside from that 180?
I have 140,
Okay, so you technically have 320.
and then whatever the base cost of my pistol was. And I was gonna run it by you, Tharmag, but I
Yeah.
did make that armor for you, and I was wondering if you'd be willing to let me have your older set, and then I could maybe pawn that off.
Oh, I
if,
see.
If that is an upgrade for you, or if you wanted another set, I don't know.
So, how this works for me, Max, is the armor that I typically equip in combat is my exosuit's armor. The armor
Okay.
I commission from you is more mundane, casual armor for me to wear when I'm outside of my exosuit. So, I technically don't need that one nearly as much. So, if you just want to sell it for profit, feel free to do so.
You're getting a little quiet there. I don't know why what's happening there.
I'm a little quiet.
Yeah.
I apologize about that. Is that any better?
Yes, much better.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm doing well, Doc Dodo Hikes. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, so you can sell it for profit.
Okay.
So what was the armor that you had made for Thar? Or are you selling off the armor you made for Tharmog, or are you selling
Yeah,
off the
runic armor.
Runic armor. Okay.
Yeah, I had made some runic armor on the way home.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Gavin. We're gonna go to character creation really quick, and let me see what the cost of runic armor is. They will take the runic armor off your hands for... Or... Scroll down. The runic plate is 250 zenith. They will take it off your hands for 150. So you'll be up to 470.
Okay. Plus 70.
So with 470, you could do some cool things. And you're not going to be able to do a lot to start. But I would say that you did get a reward for completing this quest. Let's see. There's 4 players here. Average reward. Maximum item value. Okay, yeah, so I gotta do something special for you because I forgot to do this as well. Hey, player party.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Boop?
You gonna give us some goodies?
I gave you all
We got
250 Zenit.
paid.
Hmm.
Let's go making money.
Oh, mamma mia.
Let's go
I
gambling.
love having shinies.
So you have 720 Zenit, Gavin.
Okay.
So
And
designing rare
I-
items goes as follows. If you're modifying the base weapon, I'd like to know what you do with it.
I would like to modify my current pistol into the diamond pistol from the core handbook.
Okay, let me see the. So you're just looking to do that to get to start.
274.
Just looking to do that to start, nice and simple.
Yeah.
Because you can get it modified later on to be like, hey, I'm gonna spin the chamber and roll, and like, roll a d10. And when it rolls between 1 to 9, it deals a random elemental damage. But that damage is increased. But if it rolls a 10, I wind up shooting one of my friends. Let's see, 274 you said. The diamond pistol is 650. You do have enough. You have 720. This is a one-handed
And
diamand
then-
pistol. Range deals
You're
5 extra
offset
damage
by
to
the
constructs. I'm accounting in the diamond cost here because you have.
Oh, okay.
Because if we're going off of, let's see, rewards, Zenit, max wit. So if I look at your sheet really quick, player characters, max. Yeah, you currently have 870. Okay, so yeah, you can do this for sure. Yeah, you can add that diamond pistol to your sheet then.
Okay. This
Let's
is,
go.
altering my current pistol?
Yes, so the current pistol will be changed to the diamond pistol, and you can get another pistol eventually, or you could get some other cool things to do. You know, such
That's
as
awesome.
increasing its. You could even increase the accuracy of this weapon. You can increase the damage of this weapon. You can change certain things, or maybe you want to you change it from physical to elemental, or maybe you want to get another pistol that's pure elemental. There's also the cool things you could do with Zenit and rare weapons. But yeah, now you have a diamond pistol. Congrats.
Okay. How much money do I have to spend?
You
For that?
currently have.
I currently have 870. Diamond pistol cost 650. I used diamond, which was 180. Have pistol, which cost, was it 150?
Hold on. Let me do all the calculations for this. So the diamond would be another how much?
The diamond was worth 180.
Okay, so I will just add that flat to you. 180. So you have 10, or not 10,000, 1,050. Okay, with 1,050, taking away the 650 for the diamond pistol, that would leave you with 400.
Yeah, that adds up.
With that 400, you could get another something if you absolutely wanted. However, your special shot style thing can only use one pistol, but if you have two, you can do two-weapon fighting. However, two-weapon fighting is interesting in that your high roll is always counted as 0 for the sake of damage. However, if you have some cool effects on your guns, such as deals 5 extra damage to constructs, deals 5 extra damage to constructs on both pistols, that'd be an extra 10 damage against constructs. You see what I'm putting down here? Or you can
Yes.
modify this gun even further. However, there is an upper limit to what you can do for modifications right now. So would you like to spend the other 400?
I'm not sure what I would like to spend it on just yet, so I will hold off.
Okay then. So that'll be your first action. We're gonna cut over.
Onwards to the staff meeting.
Yeah, we're gonna cut over to the staff meeting. Brom, you're walking through the building, your armor kind of clunking along the way. As you make your way into the staff room, it's kind of like a large open area. It's not like a single office, the staff room. It's an open area that kind of like has its own little mini arena, which is normally used for debates and sometimes physical debates. And within this little room, you have the 8 main staff members because, while this academy is very large, it has 8 main teachers to teach the classes.
Oh.
It has the what is the word I'm thinking of? The principal, a fancier word for principal. You know, yeah, I suppose you could say that. You know, the former number 1 adventurer. And of course, the school nurse.
The director.
So at this staff meeting, you've been asked to come in and, with the reports of all of your students in hand, report how your special red class is going.
Yeah, so guys, the class going on quite well. First field trip, and my students have already helped around with community service, taken down slavery rings and corrupt politicians, as well as uncovered secret anti-off-worlder rituals, which led to massive collateral damage one could call terrorism.
I still think it's absolutely ludicrous that you are mixing students of class and nature together for the sake of a little experiment.
Yes, well, this little experiment of ours has yielded great results with this first trip, and I'm looking forward to see how they develop further.
Are the students at least keeping up with their studies? You know it's not natural to take students out of classes purely for the sake of field exercises.
Oh, I assure you, the students are developing quite well. Just this morning we were talking about the dangers of the local fauna, such as sandworms and the like. Trust me, their studies are going on quite well.
Professor Rockhart, what our colleague here is trying to say is, it's not normal what your class is doing. And while we respect the dean, while we respect the director's choice for this class, we want to understand why. Our academy's been doing fine up until this point, just the way things are, and now, all of a sudden, you want to do something special with this strange class. What about it makes it stand out from what we do with our students?
Well, we've always been a results-oriented academy here, and while we have been doing quite excellently, there's always room for improvement. You do not get improvement without testing. An ingenious invention. And this new class format, I believe, will yield such tremendous results that you perhaps shall see this format taken worldwide.
Your special little carriages ate a chunk into our budget, and you expect us to just roll over and let you prattle on about how this is going to be good for them, this is going to be good for the academy. What about the other students? Your class doesn't even account for a fraction of a percent of the student body.
And yet, their actions account for several tens of percent of slave ring dismantling in the region.
Our students could easily do that when they're given a proper request from the Adventuring Guild.
But these are young, impressionable pupils that we're teaching, and as such, they should be taught early and often how to handle themselves in the world.
And what
I'm
makes
a
you think
strong
that your
proponent.
students are so much better than ours? Think about it this way, Rockhart. You have 12 students. They go out and about into the world, splitting up with not even your guidance being able to reach them all at the same time. And you expect them to just do good. You hope for them to do their best and hopefully do something great.
There's no hoping in the equation here. Why leave it up to chance? I expect great results from them. I demand it even, and they are all too happy to deliver. They've grown accustomed to each other, as though they are from different worlds. They are quickly becoming one cohesive unit. And that level of unity is greater than the sum of its parts.
Oh,
That's
God.
why I believe that, although small in numbers, they are mighty.
Are you certain
capable
about that?
of
Because
great
we've seen and have had reports that your students are constantly at each other's throats, bickering, and you have even physically reprimanded them and damaged the gymnasium again, might I add.
Well, a little rough and tumble goes a long way after all. Aren't we
Dolly
all
Mommy.
comrades through hardships together?
And of course, more than half of the staff are arguing against it. There are some that are arguing for you and all that. And everything is silenced all of a sudden by the thud of heavy metal striking the floor. All right. The director slowly stands up and puts the sword over his shoulder, walking around the room. I understand all of your grievances, and I have to say, it's a load of bullshit. You keep
what he
talking
said.
about this and that. Bo, he goes on to basically reprimand verbally everyone in the room, you included, about how you're all just talking back and forth without really proving anything. If anyone has a problem with his decision to make this special class and have Brahm teach it, they can challenge him in the ring here in the center of the room. But know that he's not going to hold back. And he welcomes as many people to take him on at once. And if
Teacher
anybody,
fight.
if anybody has a problem with it, they can take it up with me personally. However, I have a bit of an idea. Brahm,
Yes, Dean.
you say your students are a cut above. You say they know what they're doing, and what they're doing is helping out. Right?
That's right.
Absolutely, Wabo. Have fun chilling.
Alright, I got a recommendation. End of the month, we're gonna host a class-to-class tournament.
Ah. Good idea, Director. I look forward to such a rough and tumble approach to things.
Tournament arc, let's go.
He points the sword directly at you, Brahm, and gives you, like, this cheeky, knowing grin. You got 3 weeks, Brahm. Train the number you have right now. Hi, Cloud Draxi. Train those little runts the best you can. Make them tip-top shape so that they can stand out. If you're anywhere in the lower half of the class rankings, you're fired. And I'll dismantle the class and expel the students. All in one swoop.
Yes, sir.
He turns to all the other professors. Does that sound fair to you? It's only 12 students compared to your 100 or so. And of course, there's a little
It's
bit of
more than
murmur.
fair, sir. I
There's-
was gonna propose that idea myself. I'm glad to see we're on the same wavelength here with this one.
There's plenty of murmur between all the other professors and all that. Because, you know, some of them are much more magic-oriented, some of them are much more melee-oriented in their lessons and all that. But they're more than confident that they can teach their students to take yours on. Plus, they have the numbers. They have what it takes to fight you. Also, I'm probably going to have to talk to Dolly Molly about getting some generic student tokens for what's coming up.
Hell yeah.
I've got the full confidence of my students here.
Brom, you do know that means you're going to have to spend time with all of them individually, training them and making sure that they're in their top shape, and that they can work together. Prove everybody here wrong.
Yes, sir. I'll prove everyone here wrong, or my name's not Brom.
Alright then. Everything's settled? Again, anybody has a problem with it, take it up with me, not the teacher. He goes back to sit behind his desk. And of course, there's silence in the room. There's like an awkward silence before he just kind of like shrugs. He's like, well, let's hear the rest of your report. And of course, you take the time to give the report of each of the groups of your students. The one that dealt with the corrupt politician who wound up being a slave ring owner. The group that dealt with monsters and bandits in the north. And of course, your group that took on this strange ritual that was causing a magical calamity. Potentially. But most importantly, when you give the report of this strange cloaked figure, there is a hush in the room. There's a hush in the room as you talk about this cloaked figure and the way that they took evidence from you, supposedly. Some of the professors are a little incredulous, thinking you might be embellishing things for the sake of making yourself look better. Others think it's humorous that you were able to be taken down that quick when you have such a reputation for being so stocky and sturdy. The dean, of course, leans over in his chair and eyes you carefully.
It's true, sir, all of it. I couldn't even see him coming. I'm loath to say it. Never have I once seen such great shame as to have failed my students and you on that day.
You're telling me whoever this person was may very well have been working for the church. Did you get a good look at him aside from the outfit?
They were wearing masks, sir. Their identity was hidden from us. But they were wearing quite a sexy outfit.
There's another poignant pause with you saying that. Right. That aside, it sounds like it might have been an executor. An executioner.
Yes.
They're part of a... Supposedly, they're a dark, shadowy group within the Naturalist Church who help take care of problems and those who spread dissidence against naturalism. They're glorified assassins. If what you're saying is true, then we're all going to have to step up our security. As you all know, the naturalism religion doesn't look favorably upon otherworlders. But the fact that they're having an executioner take time out of their schedule just to collect a little idol is concerning to me.
Yes, sir. Not to boast, but to send an executioner after a couple of first years and their teacher, I think it speaks volumes for what my class is able to achieve and uncover.
That's not what I'm concerned about, Brahm.
Of course, sir.
I want you to understand. One executioner alone is hard enough. 3 on their own might be a match for me.
A match for you, sir.
You do remember the fact that this man is considered one of the strongest warriors on this half of the planet. He is considered one of the strongest adventurers, if not the strongest.
But sir, you're considered one of the
He's
strongest
trying to make a
adventurers.
point to you that whatever they do not fight fair. They do not fight on equal terms. And they always look to depower and overpower whoever they are fighting. The fact that they would send one just to collect a small little effigy is enough to cause concern. He wants you to understand not to take them lightly. He wants you to investigate them, but he'd like you to be careful first and foremost.
Of course, sir.
All right then, everybody dismissed. And with that, your first action is done. We're gonna cut over to Phoebe, who is in the library. I mean, not Phoebe, Fia. Put a counter up, people. I got the names mixed up.
Another one.
Serena,
That's one fabulous man.
you're deep within the library right now trying to look up information about the Naturalism Church. What are you trying to look up specifically?
Well, I just want to know if there's been like a history I guess I'm more so looking through like history books and news articles, things like that might be on record about anything that they may have done in the past that was shady or weird dealings. I guess more so like just that sort of thing. If there's like a history of this, and maybe try and see if there's some kind of connection between those events and any one individual or something like that.
Okay. I would like for you to make me a check.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to.
Actually, we're going to do a travel roll here. Within the library itself.
Whoa.
Okay.
I would like for you to make a d6 travel roll.
Okay. So that just as a reminder, because again, I'm a little new. When we're doing a travel roll, we want the number to be as low
Low.
as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. What
Don't
is
roll
the
a six.
bad?
6
So
or
6 is the
higher.
cutoff.
6 or higher is going to be a danger happens. 2
Yeah,
to 5 is safe. 1 is a discovery. It's like getting a crit on a travel roll.
Okay. 1 inbound. Here we go. Let's go.
Woo.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's
You're
not
1
bad, but
off.
It's not as big.
You start collecting plenty of books about naturalism and you start getting a better idea of it. And because of your background, you understand a little bit about their inner workings, at least somewhat. That normally they preach maintaining the order and peace, and that they want things to remain in their natural state. Experiments of magic, pushing the limits of things, trying to make great changes that the world is not ready for, are dangerous, and they try to push against it. Their doctrine asks them to always always maintain the order of things. For that is what is natural to the planet. Should the planet need a change, it will make the change on its own. It should not come from the people. However, as you do more and more studying of this naturalism religion, you find that it has been a part of this world for quite a long time. It is older than the Round Table religion. It may very well be older than some of the tribal religions. You're able to start putting a little bit together and understand that while it went by many different names, there have been many cases where similar ideology has popped up through history.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find any key information that might let you know about this, but you do get a sense that this maintain the natural order group has been a part of this world for centuries, millennia.
Okay. They're very old.
Yes. They're very old and very ingrained in every nation on the planet.
Yeah. Okay.
You do note one other thing. This type of ideology did not start popping up in the history books until the documentation of the first Offworlder.
Okay, so the religion was around longer, but they just weren't documented or anything like that until
The religion
first
did not
person, or-
form. You're able to put together that the religion did not form until the first Offworlder appeared on the planet.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
And you do
I
learn
don't really
Bigger
know.
enemy than we thought.
Yeah.
you do learn one other thing.
Okay.
They tend to make great movements every so often when great change is supposed to be happening. You're able to see that a lot of their activity comes from whenever Omen Days are upon the world. And you know the Omen Days are periods of time when Offworlders are brought to this planet much more often than what is natural. Because normally, you might get maybe an Offworlder every 3 to 5 years. There are sometimes dry spells where the world may go 10 years without a single Offworlder. But every so often, dozens, hundreds of Offworlders are on this planet at the same time, birthed around the same time, brought over around the same time. And these are usually referred to as the Omen Days, because they are portents of great change happening one way or another. And then it's usually during
Okay.
these that many conflicts arise. But that's all you can get from the books right now.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm just hanging out in the library. I've got stacks of books around me, just like almost like a fort, as I have my nose just kind of like dipped in it. Occasionally take a little bit of a break to
Hi, Ocelot. Hi, Veta.
look over to my skull and be like, dang, this one's crazy, right? And I just make the skull go, yeah, that's wild.
I'm just picturing that silly little, like, TikTok that or I guess it's a TikTok now. Every Halloween, what is a skeleton's favorite snack?
Yes.
Slam the skull against the wall. Why must you fail me so?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Ah. We're gonna cut over to Phoebe. Lux. You want to spend some time with some of the other students in your class.
Yeah.
So, I will say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 options available to you. You could spend time with one of them. You could spend time with Auric. You could spend time with Calliope. You could spend time with Cordelia. You can spend time with Hachioji, but I will say preferably not Hachioji because I still have to work on his backstory. You could spend time with Finn. Or you could spend time with the twins.
You know what? Finn's a sad boy. I can't go with a dog, so I'm gonna go with him.
Alright then. As you're making your way through the dorm, you come across a figure that you keep kind of forgetting. He's just sitting at the table in the kitchen, enjoying a snack to himself, minding his own business, unbothered by anyone around him.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And he looks up and says, "Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Sentinel. Thank you so much for the follow." Are you gonna approach him?
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of like try to casually walk up to him.
I will say he's noted for his kind of like very, very gentle features. He's very easy to look at. Almost at the epitome of, oh, yeah, that person looks nice, that person looks good. And of course, as you approach, he curiously looks up at you. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm bored. What are you doing?
Well, I'm enjoying a sandwich. You're talking to me?
Yes, question mark.
He seems just as confused as you are because he's so used to not being noticed. He's so very much not used to being seen by anyone. And he takes a moment to scratch the back of his head. He's like, "What? You're... No one in the class has been taking the time to interact with me, and now here you are. You're Lux, right?"
Yeah. I just kind of want to like, get to know all my, you guys classmate people better.
You see the
And-
genuine confusion and concern on his face, but also hope. This is honestly very nice just to be able to talk to someone. Thank you.
I mean, I imagine what's up with that whole like, the thing. What's up with that?
He slumps forward and kind of like doinks his head on the edge of the table. Like, enough so that the plate kind of rattles. And he sighs. Well, as you know, most everyone here at the school has their own little unique ability, skill, gimmick, whatever. Mine is not being noticed. Whenever people pay attention to me long enough, they tend to forget I'm there. I'm even wiped from their memory. It's complicated in that it takes actually bonding with someone long enough, like my family, for them to know where I am at all times. I've even had times where my mother's forgotten me. I've never been able to really control it. And that's one of the reasons I came to the academy.
Lux just kind of like pulls a chair up and sits on it backwards, like, 'cause it's just like, damn, bro, that kind of fucking sucks.
He takes another bite of the sandwich, giving you time to like take in the like soft blonde hair and black eyebrows and like the very like his whole personage, so that you can commit it to memory. I'm just here now, having hope for the first time in about a year that I can have a conversation with someone that will at least end before they forget who I am.
And I'll just have to commit your son to memory or whatever.
My scent?
Yeah.
He
Everybody
looks,
smells different.
He looks confused. He looks baffled by that, because normally his ability supersedes that type of thing, but the fact that you're able to sense him long enough to hold a conversation when you hardly know each other, and well, you're able to commit something of him to memory that you can't forget, kind of just makes him look at you with sparkles in his eyes. You see he's genuinely hopeful, because he wants to be... He lets you know that he really just wants to be in control of his power, or find a way to get rid of it, because he doesn't like what he's able to do. He hates that he has no control over it, that he can slip from the memory of even the people who gave him life.
I mean, yeah, I can empathize with that. Like, bro, like, I'm an outcast by choice. You're kind of born with that shit.
Yeah, you're free to ask him a few questions.
Yeah. Do you do anything else, or this probably sounds mean, but like, is that like your whole thing?
Well, I do know quite a bit of magic, and I specialize in using knives.
I was about to ask if you stab dudes.
Well,
It seems like a very useful thing to do. If someone can't remember, you stab them.
I found it really helps with stealth. But
Yeah, that's what I
the
figured.
double-edged sword is that Mr. Knife Guy, I went out with Midori and Akane and the other person who I have yet to name. Still have to give them a name. Fuck.
Scrungo, I've done it for you. His name is Scrungo now.
Placeholder name Grungo here.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. He lets you know that even the people he went out on a trip with constantly forgot about him. Like, they did not even notice him.
Luck is gonna crack a smile, but immediately try to like hold it back, because that's kind of goofy. Because like she just imagines it like that one scene from The Office where the guy just turns around and is like, oh fuck.
It's kind of like, the more people notice him, the more his ability starts to activate. And it's only when people aren't paying attention to him that he starts to appear some more, before
people notice him there and he disappears again. Sorry, I had to
That's
hydrate.
weird.
The only people that really can always notice me are ones who have stronger power. If someone's stronger, they can always see where I am.
I guess it's just a testament to me.
And I'm gonna mark down that he's got a bond with you now of admiration. Purely because, hey, you're able to see him. Is that a fake camouflage skill? Unintentionally, yes. So
Bro
more
was
or
just
less,
born unnoticeable. He's that plain.
more or less, he's so plain, and his ability allows him to just kind of blend in to the point that he's wiped from people's memory after he disappears from their sight. But conversely, the more he bonds with someone, the less likely it is to happen, but it still happens. As he said, it's even happened with his parents. Let me just mark that as red because that... Oh yeah, that Discord got botted. I just watched the little red number go from 0 to +9. I scroll down and it's like, oh, 200 pings, huh? Gee, I wonder what's happening. Fucking... I hate that shit. But yeah, would you like to know anything in particular about him?
Does he know if his like weird ability thing works on like with like magic, like scrying stuff?
He knows
Like if
that
someone were to
his...
scry in the room right now, would they just see me talking by myself like a weirdo?
Yes, he knows for certain that his ability supersedes it. His parents have tried to get it understood and all that, but it just seems to be one of those things that goes against the logic.
He's got the capacity to be the greatest thief in the lands.
Here he is trying to be a good boy.
Hey, Lux.
Hi.
While you're conversing with him, make me an insight willpower check, difficulty level 7, with a +2.
+2.
I'll say you notice something else about him. When he adjusts his glasses for a moment, you notice a little glowing circle above his head briefly.
Look.
And it's not that you think you saw it, you know you saw it.
Like just like above his head.
Yep.
Like kind of like a halo almost, question mark.
Literally.
So don't get weirded out, Finn, real quick. I'm just gonna try to reach like where I saw it above his head, see if I can touch it or whatever.
He's already kind of scooting back in his chair as you're getting up on the table and reaching up over him. Oh, you're fine, HCD.
No, just trust me. Just give me a second. Just
Lux, what do you... Lux?
Just wait, I saw something. Give me a second.
Hold on. Yeah, he falls backwards. He falls backwards with you falling on top of him in the process. And as his glasses get knocked off in this process, the little kind of like shimmer of glamour that was on him to let him appear as a human, he's got full-ass angel wings and a halo.
What
and also did suddenly turn into an etchy moment.
So I just looked down at him. Well, I'm kind of like on top of him, like, you got anything else to tell me?
I come from the Skylands?
There's fucking sky. What?
Oh, yeah, you know this.
Yeah, Phoebe knows it.
Yeah.
Lux doesn't. Probably. She wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm originally from Fossite. Can you please get off me? This is embarrassing. He's got his arms up and he's covering his face with his forearms, trying not to look at anything.
Guess you'll just kind of like just get off real quick, like even thinking about it.
You'll also notice that when his glasses are off, he looks much more like quote unquote attractive. Like regardless of your inclination, regardless of your orientation,
Biblically, like they're beautiful.
yes,
Type deal.
He is just like, damn. He puts the glasses back on and he's got that plain look again. The halo and wings, you know, magically hidden away.
Like, why?
Well, people tend to stare and at the halo and the wings and cause a commotion because angels aren't common. Hi, Dad. Angels aren't
Yeah,
common here on the land.
Well, wouldn't that be? Don't you want to be noticed? Question mark.
He does inform you that the more people notice him, the more his power activates. And the more his power activates, the more often he appears in people's vision when they forget him and causes panic and a commotion because, oh my god, there's suddenly an angel here. It's not a good sign. So he uses the glasses to disguise himself as a human to just be plain and blend in naturally.
Yeah, that makes sense. So should I like not tell people that you're like that?
He puts his hands together. Please don't tell. Please don't tell. Please don't tell. Please don't tell.
All right, don't gotta beg.
Like, imagine you're all in the arena, thousands of people watching, and then all of a sudden one of the contestants just has a halo and angel wings. People are gonna think it is a sign.
Yeah, it is like Superman chat.
So yeah,
The
he
glasses go on, he becomes a dweeb.
puts the glasses on to be less noticeable on purpose so that people don't inadvertently activate his ability. Purely because he doesn't want to scare the crap out of people. Like, angels are one of the races on the planet, but they tend to stay in the Skylands.
Note to self: make self have wings if I want to freak people out.
But yeah, that'll be your first action as the day wanes on and people start coming in.
They just watch me talking to myself awkwardly.
Yeah, as everybody starts coming in and the smoke rises up from him activating his ability, he just kind of gives you a half-hearted smile. And as he disappears from sight of Sirena, Max, Brahm, and everyone else, Lux, you remember him. Yippee! You remember
Can I
him.
get a bond with Finn?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, I wasn't sure if that was part. Like I had to do another action afterwards to do that.
Yeah, I will, for this whole scene, I will let you create a bond with Finn of your choice of level 1.
It's 2 ends, right?
Yes, 2 ends.
Alright.
And of course, you guys see Lux talking to herself.
Pretty strange, but it is. It's not normal for Lux, is it?
I do randomly talk to animals and shit, so it wouldn't be that like, they'd probably talk to like a fly or something, like a spider.
And Hachioji just kind of gives you a head tilt before
Fucking love Hachiyoshi. I fucking love Hachiyoshi.
tapping away.
Look at him go. Look at him go.
His tail still curled and holding that katana. We love our katana dog, our katana Shiba.
Good boy.
So the night wanes on, and the day rounds about. Your second free day is going to be used in a way of your choice. You could do the same thing that you did yesterday. You could do something around the city. You could do something outside the city. However you want to use this free time in the way that you'd like to. Brahm,
Yes.
you'll get to go first, and I would suggest at least inform everyone about the tournament that you've basically been signed up for. The whole, hey, if you guys don't place 4th or higher in the class rankings, you're all expelled.
This is basically bigger states than Dragon Ball Super. Like, forget your universe going extinct. You're still alive and you're expelled. You gotta live with the consequences. That's pretty bad.
Like, damn, bro, my non-existent parents are gonna be so mad at me.
Because in addition to being
Lox, did you get sent home today?
in addition to being expelled from this academy, the other 3 academies will not take you.
No, I can't just transfer
Basically, your life
schools.
is
No,
over.
you cannot.
So I will communicate to my students this fact, but that's not how I'll be spending the entire day.
Teacher? What did you do?
So I want to spend a Fabula point to commemorate one of all of our childhood's favorite NPC archetype. You see, it's nice to have a shiny new weapon, or a piece of sparkling armor. Whether that's a hand-me-down, or you found it in a dungeon, or from the guts of a monster, you've got a piece of equipment that you can't wait to use. But wait, you're an adventurer. You're not very creative mind. Perhaps you're pretty dull. You've got a red sword, and it's nice. It does fire damage, but that's it. What are you gonna do about it? Power is in the name of the item, how cool it sounds. Without that cool factor, you've got nothing but a piece
Where
of
are you
equipment.
taking this conversation, Professor?
I would like to make a little bit of money on the side, a living perhaps, as an equipment renamer. Perhaps after an NPC like the Pokemon renamer from our beloved Pokemon games when growing up.
Bro has that little
I-
faith in us that he's already trying to get a second job.
I would like
yeah, you are not
to have a
instilling
little
confidence.
side gig operation on the side, and that would be perhaps something that's in private. They wouldn't know that it's under Braum, because I would be under the
I'm
the
gonna let you know
moniker,
right now, you are not instilling confidence.
the item dubber. And the item dubber, effectively what he does is clients go to him, they say, please, I'm destitute. I've got this super cool new crimson sword, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to name it. I'll say, your item is the Crimson Dragon. And whoa, oh my god, the Crimson Dragon. I'm the owner of the Crimson. Oh my god, I'm the coolest person in the club.
Again,
Just
where,
focus
I
on
get
where,
There you
paid
go.
for those services.
where are you going with this, Professor?
That's it. That's the end of the pitch. I make a little bit of a living as the item renamer, and it instills people with confidence. You know, the placebo effect is a big thing. You know, they come to me They've got this shiny new pauldrons. Boom.
Is it
You've got
really something
the
that should
Iron
be discussed in
Dome.
class?
Now you shall
Maybe
be
he's trying
known
to
as the
hire
owner
us.
of the Iron Dome.
I feel like when we fail,
bam!
he's gonna go hire us and we can all work there, question mark.
Cordelia's just gonna sigh. Professor, we're taking part in a tournament and you're already making plans for us to lose?
What do you guys no, so this is on the side. They don't know about this. This is how I spend my day. This is a side gig that I have.
This is
Or-
not you talking to the students about.
Yeah, correct.
I
I'm not.
seriously thought that's what was happening.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
way it was
pitching this-
worded, you made it sound
I'm
like
not
like, are
pitching
you
this to
trying
the
to-
class.
students.
like,
I'm
recruit us?
retiring and becoming a
No.
weapon namer.
No. Sorry. I'm not trying to recruit the classmates. I'm pitching to you, the table, the audience, that I want a side gig, and I'm willing to spend fabula points for it as an item renamer. And people can come to me in private because it's pretty embarrassing not to be able to name your own items after all. And I can name the items for a small fee and give you a renewed sense of joy and ownership. Is that something that one could
There's
use
power
fabula
in a
point to
name.
do?
There's power in giving something a name. You were
Yes.
instilling it with identity, and you're instilling it with a sense
With purpose.
yeah. Ideally, this would be great for the people who are just so creatively bankrupt that they can't even imagine a straight line. They can't
Yeah.
even rotate a flan in their mind.
It's a great idea. Even my skull has a name.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know
All
what?
right.
Follow
Follow
me.
me.
if you're
Fuck it,
retired.
I'll allow it. Hi, Sora.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so that's how I want to spend my day. Obviously I'm gonna go start the morning with a class briefing and then dismiss everybody and say, yep, we're gonna be training day and night to be the top of the school in the tournament art. And now I've got to retreat for the rest of the day as I'm quite busy making tournament preparations.
Teach, does this mean we don't have to study for like the whole month?
Oh no, Vivi, I understand. I have aphantasia, and I've already been able to increase my level of art. I can freely rotate flan in my mind now. I can rotate apples. I can rotate cows. It's free and it's fun. But yeah, hey,
I know it's a real thing, but aphantasia sounds like a
It sounds so
magical
cool.
thing. It sounds awesome. Yeah, just the word itself.
the
is
the
cool.
word rolls off the tongue great. Having it
is a good word.
and wanting to be an
Oh,
artist
having it
makes
sucks for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, like yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Robert
not to
Ross-
like belittle it or anything, but like holy shit, aphantasia. That sounds fucking sick.
You know Rubber Ross, right? Former member of the Game Grumps
Yeah.
crew and all that. Very, very, very professional artist. Super amazing artist. He has aphantasia.
Dude, my coworker was like being like, I had to explain to my coworker what aphantasia was because he didn't realize he had it, but I knew he had it from when he talked about shit. And I was like,
Yeah,
buddy,
exactly.
I need
Vivi.
to, he's like, what?
But yeah, I like to imagine that the people Brom works with are the people who would normally be on r/tragedy. You know,
So I've got quite a loyal clientele, if you should know.
you know people who try to spell or like rename things with like all those crazy amounts of syllables and like changing the spelling of things to make it sound fancier and all that, and it's just that's a tragedy.
Yeah. You know that famous knight, the owner of the Obsidian Destroyer? That was me.
So you're telling me right now in this scene, you tell the students, "Hey, I signed you up for a tournament.
Yeah.
You guys got to get strong enough and learn to work together.
Yep.
Peace. I'm gonna go into the city. Bye."
Yep.
You're like my dad.
Absolutely. I go out and buy milk and cigarettes. No, but obviously we'll return to our curriculum. But they deserve to have
It's a free day.
modicum of free time to prepare themselves for the grueling, might I add, challenges that are ahead of them. I'm not gonna forcefully prevent them from having the free time that they already expected to have. That's, I would think, is a poor start to start their training. So we'll let them have their free time and we'll do the training once we return from that.
Do you have something to say about the tournament? Are you nuts?
Yes.
We're freshmen. Also,
You
I
are
don't even-
fresh, man. And that's why you're gonna
I was gonna make that joke.
absolutely
I fucking
you're absolutely gonna
want to scream.
demolish the opposition.
So, Brahm is gonna go off and make some money today.
You can imagine he just has like a fake mustache, like a Groucho Marx glasses to not appear the guy from this school.
Yeah, so effectively how Brahm does it is he wears a pair of lensless glasses, puts in a fake stash.
I love that you
And a
you
bald
put on a
cap.
fake mustache over your mustache that you
top of
already
it.
have.
Yeah, exactly. Just longer.
Hey, I'm gonna put this
It's
black
like a mustache
scruffy
extension.
mustache on top of my big billowy ginger mustache.
Yeah, and then he talks like this. Oh, you'll never know what your item sounds like until I give it to you. And nobody would ever find out that this is Brahm.
Like that's not that he just does it in like a back alley somewhere. He's just like a shitty desk. And there's no like he doesn't have like a room or building to it. He's just in the back of an alley being like, "Bring me your shit."
All right, we're gonna start with that then. Brahm,
People are such harsh critics versus
I would like you to do me.
self-starters.
I'd like you to do me 3 different rolls.
Oh, 3 rolls.
First, roll me a d6 for your travel roll.
Yeah, let's do that. D6 for each travel. Oh, that's not how that button works.
Okay.
Okay.
Now roll me a d10, and this is going to determine how popular or how busy you get today. Okay. Lastly, roll me a d20 to determine how much you make today. Okay. That's gonna be... How much Zenit would you say you charge? Between 5 to 10 Zenit in this case? Or would you like to charge more?
Yeah, it depends on the rarity of the item. I would
Okay, it
say
depends on the rarity.
I
of the
charge
item.
a 10% fee on what the item costs,
Okay. For that
which I think
then,
is fine.
For that then, I will say we'll do an average of 50.
So I get 50 Zenits.
You get 350 Zenit, but because of how busy you get and the rarity of some of the items, you get an extra 200.
Oh my god. So 550?
Yes.
Let's go.
Nice.
So, you three, you've been told, hey, get good, but enjoy yourselves on your free day, but also get good. Peace.
Yep.
What are you doing with your free time? While I just kind of like bring the map around and just showcase some of the cool stuff on this map.
Yeah. I mean,
I still really love what I was able to do with this like hedge maze and this mini pond.
tournament is coming up, but it is our free day. So,
Granted, you have until the end of the month in game,
yeah,
so there's that.
for sure. I'll take the day off probably. Let me take a look at the map here. Probably should have taken a closer look at it.
I really had fun doing this map.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I would probably do the beach a little different going forward, but I learned quite a bit from this. It's a fun map to make.
It's very well detailed. It's very, very well detailed.
Like torn between like I gotta train now or like but don't know how rather than
Jesus.
just like target practice. Or what?
Someone just shot off a firework and it made the window rattle.
Oh,
my
No,
God.
same. They've been doing that all fucking night for me.
I-
That's why my mic's been muted so often. My fucking windows are shaking.
I fucking hate this time of year. Hey, for
Oh,
everyone
I forgot the
who's-
4th of July is a thing.
Yeah,
Oh my
the 4th of
God.
July is
It's
coming
in like
up.
a week.
It's in
And,
a week though. Yeah.
but
people
it's not
are
the
already
4th of July
celebrating.
yet.
Yeah, it's on Friday.
Oh my God.
But people are shooting shit off nonstop. Because I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in cornfield sadness.
So, if it does get picked up by my microphone, hi Sentinel XL, thank you so much for the first time chat. If any of those loud pops in the background get picked up, I apologize. I do not know the timing of any of this shit. Suffice to say, I do not like the fireworks. So, Cyrena, how are you spending your day off?
Wasn't there one of our classmates? I cannot remember their name, but they were like almost doll-like.
Calliope.
Oh, is it pronounced Calliope?
Yes.
Calliope.
I know
I always say
it's...
Calliope to make them mad.
I was
I would
about
like
to say...
to. Go ahead.
no, I was about to say the same thing Phoebe said.
Oh, gotcha. I was going to invite Calliope for a nice walk through the graveyard and catacombs. I know that might be a weird request. I don't know if she'd be down for it. She might not want to, but
I'll say...
I find them peaceful.
If you give her enough understanding of what type of interaction this would be, because, as you know, she's interested in understanding emotions a little better,
Yeah. This is
she will join you.
friendly interaction. I just want to get to know you a little bit more, and I think a nice walk through a quiet area in town would be good for both of us. And this is a very quiet area, most likely, at least. I'm assuming. It's
If
not
you can
very
justify
bustling.
why the cemetery.
Again, just to get away from. I mean, it's a massive city. There's lots of movement. A cemetery is a very quiet and calm place.
She seems
I
to
also
s-
used to
Oh.
work in. I used to manage the cemetery and like that area in my like home village. So
Yeah,
you know,
she'll go with you. She'll gladly go with you
special
then.
place. Perfect.
Lux, how are you going to spend your
Um,
free time today? Use yours, yeah?
No, that was it. That was it.
Lux, how are you going to spend your free time?
She's hitting the fucking gym. Gamer, she's got a tournament to win. She has to show up everybody.
Okay,
So
okay.
fair.
I'll do some dice rolls when that rolls around. Max, how are you going to spend your free time today?
Interestingly enough, I was gonna see about talking to Calliope,
I'm gonna throw you
would
against
you
the
like
wall.
to join us?
but
You're welcome to join us.
no, I'm going to say that like you two have already taken off, and I just see Ulrich there.
There is
Sitting
still
there.
Cordelia, but you'd like to spend time with Auric?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna start off with Lux. who is going to the gym. I still have to. And now we are back at the gym. They're still doing some of the repairs. They're still doing some of the repairs. Phoebe.
Phoebe.
I am gonna ask you, what are you hoping to achieve right now? Like, mechanically or narratively?
Narratively, she just wants to, like, get stronger. In general.
So, you won't be able to increase any of your stats permanently, as you know. And I'm trying to think of what I can do to give you right now. Is there anything you'd like to ask for? Otherwise, I can throw another NPC your way for you to have another little session with.
I think the NPC route would probably be more fun.
Okay. So, you will bump into Cordelia here. Alright, now I'm gonna roll a D3 and determine something. Roll 1 D3, and this is gonna determine whose scene we go to first. 1 is Fia, 2 is Gavin, 3 is Phoebe. Alright, Gavin. So, Gavin, you and Auric, huh?
Yep.
He is, of course, kind of flabbergasted once everyone starts leaving by the fact that the professor was just like, hey, if you guys don't do good, you're gonna get expelled. So what are you doing? What is Max doing? What is Max hoping to do today with Auric?
Well, to give you fair warning, I did want to talk to him about all those letters and such. I don't know if you want to prepare a clock or something for that, but also want to talk to him about the tournament too.
I actually, yeah, you know what? I am gonna have a clock start for that.
Okay.
Miscellaneous ability, we're going to make it... Where do I go to change the number of sections? Okay, we're gonna make it a 6-section clock. And here's what we're gonna do, Gavin. Depending on what you ask him, might make the clock advance or decrease.
Okay.
I'm gonna run 2 clocks, actually. The first clock will be for positive, the second clock will be for negative. Depending on what you ask him, things might go up in both directions, or you can spend a little bit to decrease or increase one of the clocks. So,
Okay.
what are you gonna do? As he's just kind of sighs for a moment, pinching the bridge between his eyebrows. This class is full of absolute lunatics.
Max kind of nods. He's like, there's a few of them, yeah. And I just want to say I'm sorry for the way things have been for you lately. I kind of cringed when the teacher brought things up, not in the most tactful manner.
I will admit, I could have handled that better. It was a poor reaction on my part to balk at the decision of the director, and to balk further at you and the others and at the professor. Thank you, HDD.
But I was just thinking, like, if I were in your shoes and stuff too. There are these people coming over to your world and are just given these gifts out of the blue. Granted, I'm gonna level with you. I actually have no idea what mine is. at all. I'm half surprised I got into this school. And I'm frankly terrified about this tournament coming up.
I've always been raised under the idea of noblesse oblige. It's my duty to help anyone beneath my social status. Or it is my duty to help anyone beneath my social status if they're in any sort of dire need. Any sort of need whatsoever. I can only hope to lend aid to you. And in the hopes, he's trying to find the right words to say to not make himself seem like he thinks he's superior, but that he also still thinks he has, some moral high ground. He's happy to lend a hand to you and, train with you today, but also that he is sorry for the way he acted earlier.
Well, I get it. You feel like you have a duty. You don't want it to be an obligation either, right?
No, but I don't have a problem with it being. It's second nature for me to want to help anyone. He hesitates because he doesn't want to say beneath him. He's
I think
legit
I get you,
trying to
and
find a right way to talk about it.
It is kind of awkward with the class system, eh? But, I see you are wanting to actually do good, and I know we got off on the wrong foot. And fortunately, we got some insights on you that weren't the greatest. And kind of know about all those letters that got sent back. But I see someone who finds family as being important. And you want that connection with them. And dang it, I want you to have that.
He looks a little annoyed by you mentioning the letters and all that. But taking in everything else you're saying, he takes a moment to breathe in. Let's start from the beginning then. He extends a hand. He extends a hand. One hand behind his back, one hand out to you. Palm kind of upward, turned a little bit, fingers splayed out, like a proper offering a handshake gesture.
Max will take it.
I am Org Van Strider of the Van Strider family, and second born. I hope to make a better impression upon you going forward.
Max Witt, oldest of 8 in my family, I guess. It's kind of a yours, mine, ours, and someone else's situation. But you're all dear family in my books. And never really mattered to me if they were full siblings, half siblings, step siblings, or adopted, because we do have a couple adopted ones in the family. I always found family as important.
Okay. He seems interested to know at least a little bit. Do you remember anything of the world you came from? Or are you talking of your family here?
Oh, I never actually had a family here. I was just unceremoniously blasted here. I remember everything from my other life.
I apologize. I still don't know them. I still don't know everything there is to know about off-worlders. Suffice to say that you do tend to find your way here through different means. I did not mean to open up any wounds.
No, and I get you. Some people have had traumatic experiences coming here. Some have died before coming here. Others just can't remember anything. Me, mine was weird. I was just in the recording booth. Oh, right. I was an actor, voice actor. I'm not sure if that means anything to you, but I was just acting when I got sucked here into the body of the very character I was voice acting.
He seems intrigued by what you're saying, but right now he seems more than relaxed and eager to continue the conversation, but also, you mentioned you wanted to get some... Hi, crap bag! Still one of my favorite names. You mentioned you wanted to get some practice in and prepare.
Yeah, that I don't know what is involved with these tournaments and such. I figured you are kind of from around here.
Each tournament
You know
is
how
likely to be
prestigious
very
the school
different.
was?
The main issue will be determining how many... He says that each tournament is different, and the main issue is going to boil down to figuring out just what each tournament entails, because, you know, no two tournaments are the same. They're not all just, hey, beat the shit out of that dude. Sometimes they want you to test knowledge. Sometimes they want you to showcase how strong you are. Sometimes they want to see how far you've come. But, the one thing he says that he can help you with right now is offering training and offering himself as a rival. Because
You know
in
what?
his eyes, the only person who should stand above this class is going to be him. He still has some things to prove. He still has to get one over on the professor and you for last time. And he's more than willing to act as a pushing force against you and the others so that no one can beat you but him eventually.
Kind of awkward frenemy bond. You know what? All right, I will take you up on that.
Alright, and you guys
I
are going to
just-
start heading over to the gym
Okay.
for a little bit of training. And for now, we're going to move the scene over to the cemetery.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get some water.
And the cemetery, if you are a little lost on the map, is at point 12.
Oh,
It's very
I don't know
large.
if we need to do a roll for his clock or whatnot. If I need to do a roll.
Nope, it was all done verbally.
All verbally. Okay.
I will say, the negative clock was half full based on one thing you said. However, the positive clock filled up.
Yay.
Alright,
So
Thea.
for Calliope, it's been a very long time since we've gathered information about her, and like this is the last time we really talked to her too much, to be honest. Well, at least the last time I did.
So, you
Um,
remember the key information. Like, obviously... sorry, I just had to look at my shelf and I noticed that a chunk of it is missing. It's covered in cat teeth marks. Have you been trying to act like...
Oh my god.
She's
Classic.
she's been chewing on the
Yeah,
wood like a
Buttercup.
fucking beaver. Buttercup.
Classic little beaver.
My god. So the main thing that you notice about her physically is the doll joints all over. She, her fingers have doll joints, her wrists, her elbows, every major joint on her body has a doll joint. She is absolutely a synthetic life, but she's also informed you previously that her main goal is to try and understand what it is to be human, and that her whole purpose right now is trying to understand emotions a little bit better.
Okay, and that's most of what I know about her.
Yes. And as you walk through the gate into the cemetery, you take note of the large admin building surrounded by its own little hedge and the main path that people will take. And the cemetery is not one-to-one, mind you.
Of course, yeah.
There's many, many more graves because there's limitations on what this map program can do. But this is the general layout of the cemetery.
Is it, what is the style of the architecture for this? Like, is it more Gothic style?
It is much more Gothic here. It is much more Gothic.
Yeah. Gotcha. Great. Well, as we kind of enter the cemetery and start to, just kind of walk around, I want to just turn to her and say, how have you been enjoying the year so far?
It's been interesting to see how Cordelia and Ulrich butt heads while out on their exercises. Hachi Oji tends to nap next to me more often than not.
Good. It's very cute. He's very adorable. Did you have an opportunity to get to connect with them on a more emotional level?
Looks like she's trying to understand that. It's a type of thing where, like, she's not sure if she feels something or if she thinks she feels something.
That's fair.
That, she has tried to understand things a little bit better, but it's a little difficult for her to.
Yeah. I'll say, it's fine to not be sure in these sorts of things. A lot of people feel that way, to be honest with you. That's what a lot of life is kind of just... Having life is all about enjoying it as best as you can, even if you're unsure about yourself. That's the main thing. Just doing what makes you happy and trying to connect with others until you end up in a place like this.
Sirena,
Just turning to the graveyard.
what does happy feel like?
It's a great question. Happiness can be many different things. It can take many different forms. It could be the rush that you feel as you're going on an adventure. It can be the feeling of warmth as you are talking with someone that you like. It can be laughter. It can be sometimes sadness. I don't know if you've noticed this, but sometimes people cry when they're happy. It can be a lot of things. I think that if you are, how do I say this, doing something that you want to be doing, generally you will be happy. Have you felt that rush, that almost shot of adrenaline going through you?
And as you pause here, like, let's say you're right here on the path, and she takes a moment of pause and thinks, trying to, oh, that's nice, HDD. It's her trying to understand and make sense of what's being said. And she seems to take a moment to contemplate about that extra hard. That it's a little difficult for her to understand right now, but she thinks that she at least understands what it means to want something. What it means to want to do something as opposed to having to do something.
Does she tell me that? Or
Yes,
is it
she
more what
tells
I'm
you that.
hearing? Okay.
She tells you
gotcha.
that, and that, like, during her excursion with the B group, she found herself only acting when she was told to, like in the middle of a fight, or when she was told she should have to do something because it's courteous. Things of that nature. But during her little week excursion with them, she did learn that it's okay to do things that she wants to. That she doesn't always have to wait for someone to tell her to have to do something. If she wants to have to help someone, or if she wants to help someone, she can. Or, in the case of Auric being a little stubborn, if she wants to silence him with a smack of the book to the back of the head, she's allowed to.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think acting in a way that you want to act is the first step to happiness, and not letting anything hold you back, whether that's other people telling you what to do or all of the other things. I start to like kind of feel a little self-reflecting, I guess, as you know, we're having this conversation. I kind of say, sorry, I don't know, I guess I kind of relate to you in that way. I have a lot of expectations that are kind of thrust upon me, and coming here was not something that I wanted to do. I was not happy about it, but now that I am here and I've met a lot of these people, I do kind of feel as though what I want has changed.
Do you find yourself happy here, Sirena?
So far, yeah. I mean, it's been hard to connect with a lot of people because I don't really remember a lot of what my life was like before. I remember little bits and pieces, and you know, they all have these stories, and they start talking about weird concepts like Pokemons and Coke. I have no idea what any of these things are, and I can't really connect with them on that. So it's just a weird feeling. But I am happy despite that, even if I can't fully connect with them.
What was life like for you back home compared to here? Would you rather stay here or go back?
I think I'd rather stay here. I don't know. I eventually want to go see my family again. Well, I guess my second family, the ones here. They mean well, but you know, they have a lot of expectations of me, and I don't think that I'm fulfilling those. So I would want to go back, but not until I feel like I'm at a spot where, well, frankly, that I wouldn't be cast out for having returned too early.
Sirena? I am happy that you're here.
Oh, thanks. That means a lot to me, especially coming from you.
And you could see that, you know, just despite how monotone and, like, emotionless she seems to be, she has a smile on her face.
Oh, that looks good on you. That looks really good on you.
Because, in her words, you are one of the people that have told her what emotions are supposed to feel like, and that she's taken a good step on her journey towards understanding her whole mission, her whole purpose.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and because she's trying to understand the word happy, she might just be using it to fill out the sentence, but with that smile and all that, she's at least, even if she doesn't know it, she's happy to have met you and the others.
Yeah. Oh, that's very sweet. I do have one more question. I mean, she asked about if I would want to return to my family. What about her? What's your family like?
Her hands, you know, folded in front of her, take a moment to flex and clench as she thinks about it. I think I want to not see my creator until I've fulfilled my duty.
I can very much relate to you on that. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll
For
both
fear
improve
of
and we'll
being
both get better.
dismantled.
Wow. Dismantled, shunned from everyone you know and love. Very, at least emotionally, it can feel very similar. Don't worry, I won't let anyone dismantle you. I'd rather dismantle them first.
She gives a curious head tilt, trying to understand, because in her mind, dismantling is very different from, is like a very different thing to go through. She
Sure,
seems to struggle
absolutely.
with metaphors.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fine that she doesn't get it. I'm still gonna say it. I guess if I see her confusion, I can say, oh, I just mean to say, that I'll protect you.
Should anyone from your past give you trouble, I will offer the same.
Great. Then we have each other's backs.
And, you know, she develops a bit of a bond with you.
Yeah.
If you'd like to develop a bond
I
with her,
relate to
you're
her
free
a
to.
lot. I would absolutely love to. I relate to her so fucking much.
How much would you say you are relating to her?
Oh, I mean, okay, so I was sent to this school by my parents because I wasn't fulfilling my expectations.
Thank you for the hydrate.
And I am not allowed to come back until I am able to fill those shoes. So that what she said specifically really relates to me.
I will, as a treat, let you build a bond level 2 to start with her, if you so choose.
Thank you. I would love to, because I feel very connected with her at this very moment. Absolutely.
We're gonna take a quick little break. Alright, we are gonna cut over to the gym once again, where Lux, you walk in, and no, you see the scenery of the gym still in kind of its repair state. People are being urged to use the outside portion of the gym. Sorry, I had to pull my hair back because it was getting caught in my shirt. The thing to note is you're being urged to use the outside portion of the gym. Make sure, you know, you're not gonna get caught up in the construction work and all that. Are you gonna listen to that?
For now, I will.
Okay. As you walk outside to the main field, you see many of the other students practicing right now. You see the white uniforms and black uniforms. They're in the midst of using magic using magic on one another, testing out weapons and all that. Training. Because a lot of times during free time, these students spend their time training because they're trying to match up to other people. They're trying to meet the ideal of another person, or meet the level of another person, or outright beat them. And one person you see out here in particular is Cordelia, who is in the middle of tying back her bandana around her hair and preparing her special little Derringer-style pistol and shooting off some magical rounds into some targets for practice. So what are you doing here? Are you going to spend time observing the other students? Are you training? Are you going to strike up a conversation with Cordelia?
I'll probably strike up a conversation with Cordelia.
Okay. And as you come up to the, triple pop, pop, pop of her gun going off, nailing each of her targets with a different little elemental effect, she turns to you and gives you a small wave. Hello there, Lux.
Hey.
What are you up to right now?
Well, probably the same thing you are. Came out here to go and find a training time or whatever. Got that whole, what's it called, tournament coming out soon.
So, what are your thoughts about it anyway?
I know I'm gonna win and be really cool while I do it.
You were very confident in yourself, huh?
I mean, yeah. When you're me, why wouldn't you be?
Lux goes into a 5-hour Dracula flow. 5-hour
The
long.
DNA test turns out I'm 100% Himalayan.
Lux so confident in herself she becomes Dracula Flo, goes on a 5-hour fugue state rant. But Cordelia's happy to, have you along here and practice with her. And she would like to know a little bit about you and how are you intent on practicing? How are you intent on training? Because she watched your fight, about 2 weeks ago against Oric and those other students.
The cronies. But I scared that guy into leaving.
Yeah, that you did manage to scare that guy into leaving. You literally scared someone so much that they ran from the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I normally just follow my instincts and stuff. See where they lead me.
So, Lux, I wanted to ask, where is that? She looks like she wants to ask if that thing you do with your body is, your unique ability, or if that's just something if that's like a form of magic.
Well, I was talking. They said the other day. I don't remember who I was talking to. But I don't think my special ability. It might be tied to it? Question mark. I don't know how I do it. I just do it.
You can talk to
It's
you can talk to any animal, right? Even
I can
magical
talk to
ones?
anything. Yeah, I can. Yeah. I feel like that's my main thingy, but I'm also weird. But the body weirdness just kind of happens. It's like breathing. I don't really, I don't control it.
Do you think you might want to understand it better?
I mean, I could, but that sounds like a lot of work.
You're more keen on getting the results and doing less work, right?
I do like naps.
Don't we all? Naps are great.
I love naps.
That's approved.
I'm sorry, I was taking a nap. What were we talking about?
I shoot you with Cordelia's pistol. She's, happy to talk with you about this and all that, but she steers the topic towards training. What kind of training are you intent on doing today? And if you'd like to train with her? Or if you'd like to train against her?
Lux would be so down to spar with people. Because,
Okay.
like, again, to her, that she doesn't really, like, ever really do training much because, like, it's all mostly instinctual. She can't really know what's going on unless, like, something's happening to make her body be like, all right, let's lash out and react and shit.
All right, then. I'd like you to start a clock for me.
Okay.
We're gonna make it an 8-section clock.
Whoa.
Okay. When I go to make a clock, it's like misc ability, ritual, 0 power. Am I just gonna hit misc ability?
Yeah, it's
question mark?
just gonna be misc ability.
Alright.
Let me see. And when you've got that clock ready, let me know.
I have a clock.
All right, then. Because you agree to train against her and you want to understand yourself a little better, she gives a wry smile. Oh, well, there's no way to get experience than firsthand. Lux, you look up and you just see her pistol pointed right at you. At point blank
Smile.
range. She pulls the trigger and you dodge on instinct. And let me start up. Let's go with... Let's not go with that because we won't fucking play.
Oh.
Wait for the music. And the one thing you notice that whenever she shoots, that little barrel in her Derringer spins, another color slots in, and a different colored and styled magic circle appears right in front of the barrel.
Man, these people are so cool.
As she shot a bullet of pure lightning at you, but you were able to dodge it. It goes whizzing off and fizzles out before it really hits anything important. But now some students are are kind of like slowing down their training as they see two redcoats ready to fight each other. So Lux, you're gonna do a little bit of training. And I'm gonna say this. I'm also gonna run a clock against you. I am also going to run a clock. And for this clock, I'm going to set it to 8. And here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna try and fill your clock. I'm gonna try and fill mine. And if you win, you'll get a little reward. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna choose how you want to fill it up and what type of action you take, and I will tell you what to do. Your goal is to fill up your clock. Keep her clock down. Her goal is the same. You could take turns to erase sections of their clock, or you could take turns to increase sections of yours. Hi, Amelia. So, Lux, how are you responding to this as you see this kind of like almost manic grin on her face as she's eager to spar with you?
Oh, she will return, like an equally manic, like toothy grin. And then just start swiping at her.
All right. Swiping at her just with your regular limbs, or like changing into like claws and all that.
It would probably, yeah, it will just definitely turn into like some weird type of monstrous claws.
Okay. Make me a might willpower check. Difficulty level 10.
Power 10. Seven.
You do not feel any sections on your clock as she deftly dodges and weaves and jumps back and loads up another shot, this time a blue magic circle as she shoots a frigid bullet right for your legs. What is your magic defense?
7.
A 7, okay. She's going to... Difficulty 7. Okay, that's enough to fill 2 sections on her clock as she just gives you a quick little blast in the feet to slow you down for a moment and lands safely as she just kind of gives you a little taunt of, oh, I thought you were going to be a little faster than that. Come on, Lux. Don't make this end too soon. What is the Lux going to do?
So like she got like get caked up one of my leggies in ice and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's like a brief little thing to stop you in your tracks. It's not like full frozen. Like you could just jerk your leg and break it.
You know, she definitely like one of her arms would definitely turn into like just like a mass of like biomassy fleshy that's just like to like it harder to like smash her leg and just start running after her again.
Okay. For that, might dexterity. And you're looking to advance your clock? Okay then, go for it.
Is it gonna be a difficulty 10 again?
Might dex, it's, in this case, you're being more physical than magical. It'll be difficulty level 10.
Okay. 14.
That is enough to fill 2 sections on your clock.
Yippee!
Because as you jolt your legs out of the ground, you get some brief extra muscle, and your legs kind of give you a little bit of extra stretch and spring as you launch from the ground. And you come right over and smack her in the side to make her tumble across the field. The other students are, of course, stopping their training entirely to watch this fight happening now. She sprawls about across the ground, you know, rolling, her hand finally catching the ground for a moment as she starts running backwards even further. And this time aiming a normal shot at you. What is your physical defense?
My physical defense is 11.
Okay. That'll be a difficulty level 10. She's gonna do dexterity. No, this would be dexterity insight. As she shoots off a warning shot at you. And she misses. So, what are you gonna do now, Phoebe? She's put quite a bit of distance between you two, as she's, you know, giving you a couple of more taunts to keep trying to focus and keep thinking about exactly that feeling that you're getting when you're transforming.
Lux
would at this point definitely, like, since you made distance, definitely like end up like on all fours, kind of, and just start like zooming at her,
All right. That would
trying to
definitely
like bridge the distance.
be a dex.
10.
Yeah, that'll fill up another section. As you close the distance enough. However, before you even reach her, you see several magic circles appear on the ground below you. As they ignite upwards like bombs. As she was rolling across the ground, she had touched the ground in such a way that she enacted her own special ability upon it. And what was your magic defense again? 7?
7.
Alright. I'm just gonna make it a difficulty level 10 across the board.
Okay.
Not enough, because as you're zooming by all this, you're moving with such a speed that you're avoiding each of those little, basically landmines she created, and those little pillars of magic packed light blow up behind you. And you finally reach her. So, what are you doing? Are you talking to her at all? Are you saying anything? You haven't.
Still, there are
thought-
0 thoughts in her head.
Okay.
She is like, it's like that scene from Megamind where they're like trying to have banter while Titan's just like, ah. But
You
at
know
this
what
point,
you
Lux
lack?
is gonna like try to smack the fucking gun out of her hand.
You know what you lack? Presentation! So yeah, how are you trying to hit her this time, or what are you trying to do this time?
I was saying, she's probably gonna like try to like turn her like one of her arms like more of like a tentacle / tender type thing and try to like whip the little like the gun out of Cordelia's hand.
Okay, that would be Dex willpower in this case.
Dex will. 10. 8.
Not enough. She definitely avoids you, but she does take a moment to smile and comment that you're doing pretty good about all this, but you gotta focus a little more and make a little more conscious decision about this. Don't just go on to autopilot, especially if you're gonna try and catch her. And you see in her left hand, her non-gun hand, it looks like a ball of light. She pulls it back towards her right side and then swings her arm to the left and throws this ball of light into the air and shoots the ball of light with her gun. And as she does, it spreads out into like a kind of a firework pattern across the field, hoping to hit you or at least stall you enough so that she could take a moment to reload. And she's going to try and decrease your clock. She's going to try and decrease it with a Dex willpower. That is enough to decrease your clock by 2.
Me?
Your turn.
There we go.
How do I put that on the... Whoop. Alright, so what are you doing now? Oh god, that felt good.
Was that you good?
Yeah, I just was twisting to crack my back.
Oh, okay.
At this point, Lux is gonna like start trying to also fight from range a little bit. She's gonna like morph one of her arms into like the tail of a manticore and start shooting spikes all over the place, just like have covering fire while she tries to make an approach.
Okay, yeah, that'll be a dex. And are you consciously making this choice? Or is this luck still on autopilot?
Slightly choice, but it's mostly autopilot.
Dex +1.
That's a 17.
That'll increase your clock by 3 sections.
Oh, okay.
Because it's every it's meets it increases it by 1, and every 3 up it increases it by another 1. Okay, she's gonna take this moment to reload her gun. And that'll be it for her. She's still on the move and she's taking some hits. How would you like to attack her again?
As she's still walking forward, she's gonna like go full like rhino / bull and just like have like just cover like the front part of her and like spikos and try to ram into her.
Okay. Hi, Divine. Welcome on in. For that, I would say that is definitely a might. Thank you for the first time chat, Divine. Welcome on in. Ooh, not enough. And in response to that, she's gonna sidestep you and slap the side of that little rhino horn type thing that you've produced with your left hand. And it's going to blow up. Not like blow up into pieces, but like a detonation has been set off against it, sending you, tumbling to the side. That's enough for her. Your turn, Goopy Lady. And every time she lands a hit on you, she's like, just focus on me. Just focus on me. Come on.
I want to try to decrease her clock.
Okay.
Like as she's jumping away from me after she blew a thing up, just like a whip-like tail. Just tries to grab onto one of her leggies.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Tries to like slam her to the ground.
Absolutely. Dex might.
$11.
Yeah, that's enough to decrease it by 1. And she's going to take this turn because she's been knocked to the ground, roll across the ground again, and try to get up. That'll be your turn then.
Lux is gonna definitely like try to pounce on top of her, like pin her down.
Ayo, Toxic
With, like,
Fury?
pinchy. Yeah, dude, that's the best type.
Hi, Mark.
Toxic Fury followed by a new follower notification. Hi, Divine is perfect.
So true, though.
Yeah, go for it. That'd definitely be might. Are you done having zoomies, Missy? Crazy
Never.
11.
I got this.
That'll increase you by 1. Here's what she's gonna do now. While getting pummeled and all that, she's going to reach into her pouch and pull out something. It kind of looks like a crystal, but the way it interacts when she touches it, it gets more volatile, and she throws it up behind your... Can you calm the fuck down? Goddamn. She throws it up behind your head, and it makes a loud, popping, ringing sound. It's kind of like a flashbang, but without the flash. It is just a loud, disorienting sound grenade, and she's going to try and decrease your clock. And that is going to be Insight Dex. Mod 10.
9.
Ooh, not enough. But she does manage to get out from under you in that brief distraction. Your turn.
She's then Lux will probably
Hold on a second.
try to like keep on her and not let her get any more distance.
I gotta grab a couple of Kleenex and
You're good.
pick a dead spider up off the ground. Because someone was a good little hunter. She zoomed into the room, dropped something, tapped it a couple of times, and ran away. I look over. It's a spider corpse. Good baby. So you're just gonna try and keep up with her?
I'm going to try to decrease her clock.
How full is your clock right now?
My clock is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, hers is at 2.
Ah, I can't see your clock, so I'm just like guessing.
Normally it, guessing would be great, like if it was against a proper monster or something like that. But I will let you know for this because she just wants to have a fun spar with you.
That's fair.
She's not going for the kill or anything. So yeah, you still want to decrease her clock? Go for it.
Yeah, no, she's gonna try to like keep her planted in place, and you should see like her throat and her mouth swell up for a second, and she just spluttered out like some fucking like super sticky gloop all over, like trying to get her legs.
Dex, that is ooh, that's vile. Good.
That's an 18.
Yeah, that'll decrease her to empty. She's gonna spend time avoiding most of it and trying to get the rest of it off of her. And just trying to get a pot shot off on you. She's gonna aim straight for you. Damn. Yeah, your turn, Phoebe. She can't do shit right now. The cat is looking very, very proud.
It showed it's a good cat. It murdered. And
So-
she's gonna turn one of her arms into like a tail of like a clubbed tail, like kind of like ankylosaurus, and try to like overhead, try to womp on her.
That'd definitely be might.
7.
Not enough. She definitely dodges and aims another shot for you, this time aiming straight for your core. And she's goading you on, trying to urge you to like try out different things. You know, maybe see if you could change the material. Maybe it doesn't have to be an animal. Try and do crazy things. But is this just her trying to get into your head or not? Who knows? However, she's gonna try and shoot you with another one of those magic bullets. And she gets a quick little fire shot off on you. Your turn. Man, these rolls are not doing great. They're either amazing or absolutely not great. There's no in between. you doing now?
Lux will like turn her arm, like what I don't know, one of her arms into like a more like big, wide claw, and just rip a chunk of the ground out and try to chuck it at her.
Okay. That'd definitely be Might Dex.
18 critical.
Okay, let me double check the rules for this because I think there's a special thing when it comes to clocks and crits. Let's see, clock. Filling sections of a clock. Fill an additional section if the result of the surpassed difficulty level by 3 or more. Or 2 additional sections if it was by 6 or more. In this case, you would fill it by 3 sections. If it was a critical success, the corresponding opportunity may be spent to fill 2 additional sections. So you could fill 5 sections of the clock if you so choose.
Hell yeah.
Make my clock is full.
Yeah, that... She was not expecting that because you thump and it smacks her over. She goes tumbling across the field. And of course, you know, she just kind of holds up her hands in like a yield type of situation. What? Okay. She just holds her hands up and she's like, I yield.
Like Lex's like human eye will become like way less bloodshot, and then she'll just kind of walk over and like try to help her up, like reach an arm out to help her up.
She takes the arm. She's a little battered and bruised, a little bit of blood and all that. But she's like, at least you managed to control it that time, right?
A little bit. A little bit.
See, if you put your mind to it, you could understand a little bit. How did it feel when you were consciously making a choice?
Like I was yelling at myself.
Alright, give me a moment to take a breath in. And she conveys to you, you know, maybe focus on trying to, instead of that, have a conversation with yourself. She can't tell how your power works, but she can at least say, if she were in your position, she'd at least want to, especially if it was trying to argue with herself with her power, try to change it to a conversation. And of course, after she gives you this information, 2 figures come out onto the scene to the finale of you two fighting, and all the students gathered around you, and it is Max and Auric.
Yo.
What in the devil are you up to? Why are you causing a scene?
Sorry that I'm just so awesome and perfect that the world can't help but look at me.
Oh, hey there, Rich Boy. We were testing each other out. What do you have to say, Max?
Quite the test. I was actually gonna do some training myself.
I would probably advise to not train in front of everyone else so that they can't see what you're capable of, but that's a little late.
No, let them know fear.
I'd rather them not know what we're capable of so that we could pull one over on them when the fighting comes.
Well, that doesn't sound as fun.
I can't pretend to understand you at all.
She's gonna like give him a little clap, get across the back, little friendly pat in the back, then just be like, yeah, just don't take things so seriously all the time.
He stumbles from the force of the pat.
Nice.
he fully stumbles.
No,
He's just kind of like,
I don't think Lux has anything to worry about, to be honest. I don't know if anyone can get one in honor on combat.
Yeah, so long as the tournament doesn't have to be taking a test, I think I'm Gucci.
I suppose she's a little too unpredictable. Max, let's go do some warm-up exercises.
Alrighty.
Get your squats up, your legs went out from under you. I think.
No! I've done enough squats already. I did 132 already. No!
That's not a good even number. Get up to 50.
No! The other day I was on Salty Jub's channel helping her out with her exercise, and
I love that.
I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna join in. I'm just, instead of just cheering you on, I'm gonna join in. And we did 132 squats. And my legs are hating me.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good.
I had to do a bunch of squats on stream because I was like, oh yeah, 1,000 bits for 10 squats. That's fine. And then it wasn't fine.
1,000 bits for 10 squats? Hey, what if this person donated 10,000?
Yeah, it was a lot.
You know, I'm in my butch bitch era, so like that's all I've been doing for the past like 3 weeks.
I really need to start doing more of those,
Fuck
but
yeah.
it's fun too. By the way, Cordelia promised you a reward if you won.
Did she? I forgot. I was having
Yes.
too much fun.
Lux. Up until this point, she's only introduced herself as Cordelia. Even to the entire class. Everybody in the class just knows her as Cordelia. No family name known or anything. As she's walking by to go see the nurse and all that, she lets you know, hey, if you ever need something, just know that Cordelia Pira du Leviathan has your back.
A lot of words. I'll remember the first one.
I would say that you would at least know the family name Leviathan. Because the current King of the Sea, the quote-unquote King of the Seas, goes by the name Captain Leviathan.
She's a pirate.
Yeah, so cool.
And she walks off to go see the nurse. Lux, you get to continue your training, this time alongside Auric, who is eager to test out his sword and the modifications that have been made to it. Max is, of course, going to be doing some target practice with his new gun, and every time he tries shooting one of the training dummies, it just gets obliterated to splinters.
It would count as a construct.
I suppose that's true.
Lux of the course would be like, "Ooh, me next, me next."
Oh god, I am drinking a lot of water. My throat is a little sore.
It's good
No,
for
it's
you.
good. You're talking a lot. Drink all the water. It's important. That goes for you, chat, too. Make sure you hydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
And the day wanes on. It is now. Let me,
Oh, what if that ground chuck was a rock chuck? And we make that an enemy. Just like the hedgehog.
We're gonna zoom in here at the, Wait, did I set this to have a grid?
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be nighttime. Because now you're back at the dorm.
Oh, hi, Mark.
This one big dumpy. What a name. Thank you so much for the follow. Hell yeah. This one big dumpy.
That's the big dumpy right there.
Is this time for the third action?
You can use your third action here at night, but it's, you know, just a nice, calm, chill night. And I'm going to do a couple of things. Let's see what we get with this.
A lot of numbers.
Okay.
Numbers.
During the night, when you guys are all sitting around the table and sharing a meal together, actually bonding and all that, Hachioji does get up from his seat and just kind of braces on the ground, growling at the window.
What's it, boy? Oh, Lux.
Yeah, I'll just
You know
walk
what's-
over.
So you do take note. There were some figures at the window trying to spy in on you.
What the fuck?
There's who?
There were some figures at the window trying to spy in on you.
God dang it.
It's seniors. It's seniors.
Could we try and investigate who that might be?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an insight.
Could I barrel through the wall and try to catch them?
No more debt. There's a window. That's cheap to replace.
Can I barrel through the
Oh.
window? It's less fun.
It's a low roll.
Yes, that would be my insight then.
Let's do.
Of course, go through the wall.
Okay.
What about you, Lux and Sirena?
I mean, there's someone staring at us through the window. I guess I'll just walk outside. I'll use the door. I don't need to barrel through any windows or anything.
I like to imagine that this is how Brahm goes through windows. I put it in the player chat.
Throw a pebble at the window. Just throw Brahm.
Exactly.
Hi, this one,
He's
Big
a
Dumpy.
brick.
Thank you so much for the first time, chat.
No tossing the dwarf.
So,
I also immediately thought of that.
Lux, make an insight.
Ew. Insight.
Okay.
9.
Sirena, make an insight.
Yeah, insight. Hold on. There we go. It was not loading for some reason. Okay, I got it to work.
Nerd.
Okay, yeah,
I'm a nerd.
Brahm, you go crashing through the window and you tumble a little bit and you see the figures running off. Sirena, you take a moment to kind of rush out, your wings carrying you a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
And, you and Brahm both see, school uniforms running back towards the dorm. The other two dorm buildings. Apparently, some of the other students are trying to spy on you to learn your habits. Because they've been told, hey, gotta pull one over on the red class. Gotta pull one over on you guys.
It's for the tournament.
It's for the sake of
for
the tournament.
so-
Yeah.
What within within school rules? What am I able to do discipline-wise,
If anything.
if anything?
Did you ever watch Naruto?
No.
It is
Alright.
on my list.
Let me, because this is something that happens in the first like 10 episodes.
Let's see. It's a
As long as
daunting
it's
show
not
to
the
start.
English dub. I cannot stand the English dub.
I gotta find. Here, let
My
me
ears actually physically hurt when I hear the believe it.
see.
like, you
if I
should
can-
believe it.
You should believe it.
No,
Hold on,
You
I'm
should
finding
pull
it.
the shades closed. I don't want us to go back inside. You're not wrong, Big Dumpy.
and also thank you for the follow.
So this is these two images are what you're allowed to do, Brom.
Where do you put these? Alright, perfect. I'm
If you
gonna
so
stomp-
choose, you have the freedom to do that.
And I have the freedom to do nothing, and I will choose not to do nothing. I'll choose to stomp them into the ground and bury them alive. Obviously, their head above the
Aw.
the head above the ground to the point where they, they're not gonna die and suffocate. Clearly, I'm not a bad teacher.
But you
I
push them
dare
into
you
the
to say
dirt.
it.
And
Yes, I'm
it's-
gonna push them into the dirt.
It's two upperclassmen.
Great, two upperclassmen. Piece of cake. I summon fault line.
You're really gonna summon your Arcana purely to terrorize them?
Absolutely, yeah. I gotta teach them a lesson. I gotta make sure they tell everybody not to do that again.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
They're stammering about how they just wanted to, get a peek and try and understand what you guys are planning, or like how you guys are prepping for the big fight and all that, because their professor wanted them to, at least try and get a feel for you guys.
Nah, in the dirt.
So
Stick 'em in
what I
there.
want to do is stick him in the dirt, and then I want to encourage the entire class. I'm gonna bake some popcorn, and I'm gonna set up some chairs, and the entire class is just gonna stare at them. Or anyone who
Just
wants
stare.
to, including myself.
Laugh
We're
at
gonna
these
stare at them the
goobers.
whole night.
I
And we're gonna laugh. Occasionally we'll be like, look at this guy. We're gonna humiliate them.
I really don't know how to respond to this. I really don't know how to respond to this.
It's like, oh, don't mind us. We're just watching. No harm, no foul, huh, guys?
I really don't know how to respond to this. Hold on a second. I dropped something. Yeah, I'll allow it.
It's a bonding
Teach them a
experience.
lesson. Yeah.
I encourage all my classmen to bond over this. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can bond over watching upperclassmen be stuck in the ground looking like dummies.
Yeah, that happens, and you get to do all that.
So who's opting to participate in the watching of these fools here?
Oh, definitely Lux.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah.
And of course, however long this goes on, they try to argue against this about how, yeah, you've made your point, they're not going to do it again. Just please let them go.
I say okay, and I say now, class, and I fashion myself a makeshift watering can out of rock. I say it's important to water the seeds of knowledge early and often to properly nurture your education here at school. And I'll do this as I pour down the watering can on them, like I'm sprinkling the water on
I
them.
love how much of a fucking menace Braum is. Most unconventional teacher. I love
I'd
it.
say sprinkling the knowledge of education is my calling. And I hope that this is a lesson that we all can learn from. Isn't that right, boys?
Yep.
Great teacher Onizuka type shit.
Yep, they're like, yep, please just stop. They're sorry.
Yeah, this is like my teacher is a Yakuza kind of type deal.
And as you finally let them go, after some time, the night goes on nice and calm. You know, nice and normal night. Head back on
A
into the
teacher
dorm.
with a rock hard brain, everyone.
As the sun rises once again.
Perfect.
God, I love the fact that... Oh, God, that natural change of light. Ooh! I love the system.
So good.
Mwah.
It is the next day. And for your last free action for all of you... What
Yeah.
would you like to do, unless you'd like to do a big group action?
Should do a big group action. I think we need some group bonding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright then.
Well, group bonding is important. I was planning to meditate alone, so that I could prepare my mind and my will and sharpen my will against further mental attacks from this executor. I wanted to make sure that my mind was an impenetrable, rock-hard fortress against this manipulation that they were doing. And so I say, I've just had an idea, guys. Class, we're not only going to be fighting our rival classes here in the academy, but we may be taking on a nearly omnipotent church, possessing weapons and dangers such as to be able to overpower your mental defenses and weaken you to engage in unfair combat. To that extent, let us together meditate and sharpen our wills. We will, as a unit, collaborate with each other and anchor ourselves here, tether ourselves to the ground in union. I want you all to follow my personal routine that I will now share with you. I'm gonna place a nice kind of like a picnic table almost on the ground, on which I will place an anvil, and then I'm gonna dig myself into the ground. I'm gonna like spin myself and sit into the ground. And I'm just gonna close my eyes and hum as I clear your mind from any distractions. You must anchor yourself down. Let your body take root. Let your mind be akin to a castle, blockading out all the invaders. And then I will rapidly fold myself forward and bash my skull against the anvil. Bing!
Oh no.
Let your body be as strong as any tool. Bing! Let
How exactly did you get knocked out again?
your
It
mind
should be impossible to knock you out.
So,
be as solid as your head for the thickest skull. Boom!
for you other three,
Well,
are you
blocked out.
gonna join in this meditation, or are you gonna go do something else as a group?
think I'd rather do some downward dog or something. I don't know.
I've got this. I can clear my mind. If I just turn my brain into that of a koala's, I'll be good. It's smooth. The thought waves will cast right over me and rebound back at them like a mirror.
I would.
My
I don't
students,
think I
I
will
am-
participate in this
Don't know
one.
about those,
I-
Miss Irene. You want to just compare some notes? Do some
Honestly,
brainstorming?
I'm down. Yeah, let's let's do some research or something. Yeah.
And you can see as I do this, every ding, I kind of anchor myself a little deeper, and then the anvil gets dented. There's like a head-shaped dent in the anvil as I just
Oh my god.
Brom, as you are
repeat
doing this,
mantras and repeatedly head bomb.
as you are doing this, less and less of your class is here. Just like
Yeah, let's
one
maybe-
walks away,
maybe let's
two walk away.
sit
Yeah,
outside. Maybe listen to some nice music playing.
I'm gonna be
and,
completely oblivious to
Okay.
the movements of the class as I am completely immersed in training.
Actually seeing double already, so it seems like the class is all here.
So for you three, you could explore the city a little bit as a group. If you'd like to go to the Round Table Church, try and get some information from them. They might have some information, or you can explore the city to your choice.
I don't necessarily think meditation was a bad idea. It's more this form of meditation, to be honest.
Okay.
Agree.
So you'd like to spend your last free action meditating on what that dude was doing, and steeling yourself against it.
I think so, yeah. Just fortifying my mental and clearing my mind and just finding a nice quiet area to do that in.
Okay.
Which I will have a very difficult time doing, for the record. I am not very good at meditation. I have a lot on my mind. I will try to do this as best as I can, though. Oh, put in
Gotta
some
edit
makeup.
that short. Oh, forgot to release that. Oh, there's some another work
Yeah.
idea you gotta do, and
What about
Exactly.
you, Lux?
I think Lux was into it. Wasn't Lux into it?
I think Lux
What?
wanted to smash that anvil.
Yeah, Lux has better ways to make brain empty.
That's fair.
But she's also terrible at the whole meditation thing, so she's gonna do her best.
Okay.
But like it's gonna be a lot of fidgeting. Kind of like Korra season 1.
Still need to watch that.
But
It's good. I like it.
Alright. Sabrina, Gavin, you guys do your meditation for the day. Is that all you're planning on doing today, then?
I mean, afterwards might go do some more research and hang out in the library.
Yeah, whether at the church or the library, or can divide and conquer.
It'll be up to you.
I'll go to the library.
Okay. Max?
I was thinking going to the church anyways.
Okay. Lux and Brom, you spend the day.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Peppermint Foxworth. Bram and Lux, you spend the day mentally steeling yourself and, like, preparing for whenever you might fight that figure again. You're never going to be able to 100% resist it, but you will be able to resist bits of his power if he strikes you in the same way again.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to, over time, inure myself as much as I can to outside influence, you could say. And I know it's never going to be 100% foolproof. I can't get mechanical advantages so much, but I'd like to in character try as I might to overcome my weaknesses.
I Okay, yeah, yeah. Max, we're gonna cut over to the church.
Okay.
Welcome to the Round Table Church, just north of the Hydrant Academy. It's a very large cathedral-like church. Its main feature is, of course, the big open circular kind of plinth, like an elevated plinth without really anything on it. And as you walk in, you see many people taking their time to make sure that they walk around it, make sure that they don't step on it at all. What are you doing?
See if I can find a priestess.
Yeah, you can find one. You can find one
Check the
easily.
I would hope so in this place.
You find a monk deep in prayer, kind of on the west side of the building. And of course, when you approach and ask a question, they stop and look up at you and welcome you on in.
Hey,
How can they be of
Thank
help
you.
to you?
I've been trying to do some thinking and such, but I'm still not completely attuned to the knowledge of this world and such. Because I came from the other world, but me and some of my classmates were attacked by someone who could basically cut away our skills and memories, and I don't know, but maybe you would know something about them. They're like some naturalist group order, and
They can't.
maybe you know of a way to protect us from it.
They can't give you any information on that because they have nothing to do with the inner workings of naturalism. But they can say that the ideas of naturalism are, in their mind, the thing that truly goes against the nature of the world, because the world is always changing. It is never the same thing each and every day. It's never the same thing each and every hour. The world is forever changing. And the Round Table faith is all about trying to welcome every person to the table. Everyone is welcome at the circle, because you cannot have a conversation with someone sorry about that. You can't have a conversation with someone trying to push them off to the side or trying to put them into the corner and have a conversation toward them. If you truly want to have a conversation and you truly want to make a change and you want to be at peace with each other, welcome them to your table.
I love that philosophy. It doesn't exactly help protect us from that weird guy who can just nullify all of our abilities and knowledge.
He doesn't understand what you're saying about that. Suffice to say that some extremists within the naturalism movement can be more than a little overzealous.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I love what you guys are doing.
But he does offer you a little bit of maybe some worldly advice,
Oh?
depending on how you'd like to take it. Your path
Verbally.
should not be dictated.
Verbally.
Your path should not be dictated by the potential fear of someone or by the power of another person. That You are welcome to do as you want, and you are welcome to do as you will. It is up to you, ultimately, on what may happen. However, there will be obstacles along the way. It is up to you on how you approach those obstacles. What may work for one obstacle will not work for another. And that's all he has to say to you.
Okay. Thank you. And yes, I am done there.
Yep.
If I may, while I still have you, I did see on the PDF, and I kind of spaced out about it when you were talking about other upgrades, that you could spend like an extra X amount for like increase weapon damage by 4 or change the attributes so
Yes.
it's single attribute instead of
Yes.
and could I retroactively now do that so I could get the +4 damage and have my pistol be insight?
I would say not right now. That'd be a little overpowered right now,
Okay.
but definitely something that we can save for later. I mean, even further on later, you might want to get a transforming pistol, because transforming weapons are pretty cool.
Yes.
But we're going to cut over briefly to Brahm and Lux, who are deep in meditation. The anvil is more than halfway into the earth right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lux, of course, is meditating so hard that, like, all the color is drained from the world around her. She is finding her inner zen. Her form empties. It's just pure line art and sketches right now. And we cut over to Sirena in the library. What are you looking for today?
I mean, I was mostly just going to try and just kind of like I don't expect to get any information this session, but say that I'm spending time researching this like mysterious group that we interacted with, like following up with the previous study, essentially.
Okay, for this,
Um,
make me a travel roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
a D6.
no. This one will be a D10.
Okay. Whew, I got this. Here we go. Hey, it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, as you're looking into all these books and whatnot, you're trying to find information on this. The librarian is, of course, helping you out. You know, the person that's on duty today, helping you out finding books using the reference section. Of course, the one thing that really stands out to you is any type of book you're looking for on this particular subject, there's nothing. Like, to the point that you can't even call it a suggested rumor. You can't even, like, say it's... It's a little suspicious to you that there is absolutely no information on it. Like, not even theories. Like,
Yeah.
all sort of documentation regarding this type of secretive group is omitted.
I need to go to the restricted section of the library.
I would say if you get permission from a professor, other than yours, to avoid bias, yes.
Okay.
Had
That'll
to
be
throw in the
something
other
that I'll
than
have to work
yours.
on.
Yeah, I had to throw the
Well-
other than yours because we know Braun would just be like, yeah, sure, go.
Braun would be like, yeah, you should just kind of like maybe barrel through the wall to get to it. They won't care. Yeah, in that case, I'll go and again, it doesn't have to be during this downtime. I don't know if I have time for this or not, but try to reach out to some of the other teachers to
Yeah,
try and
I'll say.
get the permission that I need.
I'll say. Yes. You get a hint that you might be able to get permission. However, none of them are eager to give it to you. None of them are. You don't have a good enough
Okay,
reason.
so I gotta raise them up.
Are you saying that you've
None of them will let you. However,
You-
you do stumble across a director who makes an interesting wager with you.
Okay.
During the tournament coming up, place second or first. Place second or first in the tournament, and he will strong arm the professors into agreeing to you.
Okay. I'm confident. I can do that.
Like, he says flat out,
Absolutely.
hey, I'll gladly play favorites. I will gladly twist their arms. Maybe even physically. Hey, just prove your worth. Prove you're top dog.
That I can do that. Absolutely. I would be happy to. You're gonna see how wonderful I am.
He gives
I'll
you
prove
he
it
gives
to
you
you.
one strong pat on the head. Like, how tall is Serena?
I mean, she's pretty short. She's I don't know. I envision her like I'm so fucking bad with heights. I'm not gonna lie.
So
Just
Serena
generically short.
Serena is it, like 17, 18, 19, that range, right?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Actually 18.
Officially 18. Yeah. Height maybe let's say around 5'1". She's short. She's short.
Yeah. Yeah, around there.
This man is well over 6 feet and broad.
Huh.
So him putting his big hand, giving you a pat on the head, just kind of like walking on by. It's just that kind of like you feel like Brahm feels next to people normally, height wise.
What are you saying? What are you saying? First, she talks to other teachers, then she gets head pat, and then somehow
Short.
she's meant to feel like a tiny person.
Short.
And then you say Brahm is tiny person?
Yeah. Brahm,
I stand my short king.
Brahm, you're like 4 foot -5.
Brahm will remember this.
Yeah. What are you gonna do to me? I'm the GM.
And besides you, the rest of the party, we're all goblins.
It's true.
I'm just gonna put a shoe inside of Paige's, like, he's gonna put a rocket in Paige's shoe.
Brahm will remember this.
Of course, that's where we're gonna start wrapping up for the evening. A nice, simple, calm end of the session. Because we have been live for 4 hours now.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
As we return to the world map. Thank you so much for bringing your communities on in, as always, and sharing this
you for
wonderful
being
world we
here.
have together. YouTube, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna do our introductions on the way on out, starting off with Tharmog once again.
I'm Tharmag. I'm playing Brahm Roghart. If you haven't got it already, I am their hard-headed, hard-bodied teacher that is going to lead them through to success in the up-and-coming tournament arc.
Okay. You don't
yeah.
stream, do you?
I do not stream, but I wish to shout out Paige for their wonderful job hosting this show. I think they're doing an amazing work.
Aw, thank you. Follow me that. We have Gavin Stoutheart.
And I am still in Paige's basement.
No, you were not! Shut up!
So I am Gavin Stoutheart, and I typically more sound like this when I stream. Cause I'm a goblin, and I do safer work streams so that everybody can enjoy and do whole variety of stuff. And special announcement: I'm debuting a new model tomorrow.
New model tomorrow for Gavin. Gavin, y'all should definitely check this little goober out. Definitely. And following that, we have Lux Morris.
Hey, and howdy, everybody. I am Phoebe Bane. I'm also a goblin. There's a lot of us here.
Do you
You
have
can
any,
find me everywhere at Phoebe Bane, and tomorrow I'm just gonna be streaming Monster Hunter's new update.
do you have any other big plans coming up?
No, I've just been recording shit.
I really need to start doing some of that as well. I'm putting that up on
Gen
Patreon.
Con's in like a month.
Whew. And last, but certainly not least, we have Goblin Fia. Also,
Hi. I play Serena. Yeah, I am Goblin Fia. I am a lewdsome goblin streamer. I do a bunch of different variety streamings. I do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 4 o'clock Pacific time. That's my normal stream schedule. Been playing a lot of Voices of the Void lately. I have a couple of other bigger projects and events that I'm planning, but nothing to announce yet. I don't have anything major. Just, we're vibing and doing the best that I can with my stream schedule. It's great. I'm having a good time with it. It's fun.
Hell yeah.
But no like major events or anything at the moment.
and as always, I have been Index Page, the page of the Index Page, here to index all the most wonderful stories and share them with you. I am a variety streamer, as you all know, and thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. The only big things I have to talk about are coming up on Friday. Pamphlet returns. Pamphlet's finally back. And Pamphlet is going to be playing some Kindergarten and Wolfenstein.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh, yes. She is the puzzle-solving, action-slinging gremlin y'all love, and she missed you. May God have mercy on us all. Yeah. This week I'm also going to be working on a lot of stuff for Patreon exclusive stuff. And if you'd like to help support the library at all and help support me, please do consider subbing or consider donating to the Ko-Fi because it helps out with funds. Or if you'd like to help support me a little more, consider donating to the Patreon because I am looking into funding for moving out and into a better location. But for now,
Heck yeah.
we'll be seeing you later, YouTube. Bye-bye, YouTube!
Bye bye.